If you never take the time, you never know what you will find. I'm a crow, I'm the most with the least to gain. Faded Mona Lisa in a power frame. You don't know me. I'm a ring on a tree in a life that fell. What I did, I done good, and what I done, I did well.
Counter any technical issues related to this Georgia Show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Commit to the G.
Deep straightaway three. Oh, net! Hesitates, now drives. Wide open land. Good! 1.9 to go. Wheeler's done it again. 1.9. Walton to Wheeler to the basket. Layup. Good! He got it to spin off the front of the rim. To Brown. For driving lane. Good! Around the rim. Count it and a foul. Wheeler with 6 on the clock. Oh, to Edwards, two-handed, high-flying above the rim, Jamaroon, wow!
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. And Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another afternoon of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Today from Stegman Coliseum in Athens, as the Bulldogs will once again try to play their season opener, and maybe the third time will be the charm. The original start date more than 2 weeks ago, along with the original opponent, were scrapped due to virus concerns weeks ago. The reset against Columbus State last Wednesday also scrapped mid-afternoon on game day. So we'll try again today against an opponent that wasn't even on the schedule a week ago. Florida A&M subs in for Gardner Webb, who had to cancel this date due to virus concerns. So this is how we'll play it this season. Nothing is certain. We do know this year's Bulldogs team will feature 5 returning players and 8 first-timers in Athens. Tom Crean's Dogs have instant experience, as 3 of those 8 first-timers are graduate transfers. Georgia's last game was an SEC tournament victory over Ole Miss in March. And that was also the final college game for All-Star Anthony Edwards, who has since moved into the highest tax bracket as the first overall choice in the recent NBA draft. That win over Ole Miss allowed the Bulldogs to finish Tom Crean's second Georgia season at 16-16. We'll see where his third year takes us beginning this afternoon in Athens as Georgia hosts Florida A&M right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance was created in 1959 to provide financial protection for farmers and rural communities. Over the years, it has grown to protect all Georgians through affordable home, auto, and life insurance, helping Georgia build a strong agriculture industry and keeping the promises we made to our members. Our agents and members stand together for the values that make Georgia special: faith, family, and community. We stand together. We stand for you.
We are a Farm Bureau.
It was the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Sweet ripe fruit is always a hit. And right now, you can pick up red, white, or black seedless grapes for just 97 cents a pound with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
Hey, welcome back to Stegman Coliseum, our season opener. It's the Bulldogs Courtside Show brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Scott Howard back with Chuck Dowdle and Adam Gillespie, our producer-engineer. Zach Jewell is our studio producer here this afternoon. And, Chuck, we finally got to this point. We get to play a basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were playing one on Wednesday, and I was walking out the door when Adam called and said, we're canceled. So, well, okay, I guess I'll go back inside and sit down and try to figure out what to do with my next 6 hours.
Pick out your next mask to wear.
That's exactly right, and which is, by the way, that is something that's different this year. We're now being tested in the bubble with the players. We get tested. We're on the floor, but we have to broadcast wearing masks, which is a little different, may sound a little different. I am excited to see this team, and more so than usual, Scott, because I didn't get a chance because of COVID to see them very much in practice. I saw one practice. I'd like to see, obviously a lot more, but I do think this is a team that'll be entertaining to watch, and Tom Crean basketball is never dull.
And we're going to hear from the head coach a little bit later in our courtside countdown. It's brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Zach Jewell is in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's standing by to talk to you right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
If you thought you saw the last of the double cheeseburger pizza from Papa John's, think again, because it's back again. And now they're debuting the sequel as a Papadilla, a quarter-pound of beef, zesty burger sauce, and pickles on crispy flatbread crust. Again, one more time. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12, or a new double cheeseburger Papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Again. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Zach Jewell.
It's the Dogs and the Rattlers from Stegman getting set for tip-off as we continue to count you down inside our Piedmont Healthcare studios for the first time this season. Let's get you caught up on what's happening around the country this afternoon. Starting with SEC action, 3 other games are on the slate today. Starting with a dogfight at Rupp Arena, 10th-ranked Kentucky is only leading Richmond by 2, 28-26 with 3:08 to go in first-half action. Also, South Carolina looking to bounce back from a loss against Liberty yesterday. They are tied with Tulsa and the Hall of Fame Classic with 2:55 to go in the first half. Later on this afternoon, to round out the conference slate, Texas A&M will host New Orleans. Tip-off for that game is set for 3 p.m. Moving to top 25 games, we get set for the new season. One game in action at the moment, and it's number 23, Ohio State. They are leading UMass Lowell 59-56 with 6:22 to go in second half action there. Later on this afternoon into evening, we'll have 18th-ranked Arizona State hosting Houston Baptist. Number 24, Rutgers hosts Hofstra out of the Big East. 11th-ranked Creighton welcomes North Dakota State. A top 20 showdown in Fort Worth as part of the Southwest Showcase when 17th-ranked Houston takes on 14th-ranked Texas Tech. And then 2 games at 6 o'clock when number 2 Baylor takes on Washington and number 25 Michigan hosts Oakland. Of course, we'll keep you updated on all of that and more here on this Thanksgiving weekend. It's less than 15 minutes to tip-off, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And coming up next, the big dog himself, Tom Green, sits down with Scott Howard to talk about today's matchup. That's next, right here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Through December 8th, you can earn 4 times the fuel points on gift cards for holiday shopping. Just download your digital coupon. Restrictions apply. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
From a tiny blueberry to a towering Georgia pine, Georgia's agriculture products are as special and diverse as its people. Georgia Farm Bureau members stand for the values that bring Georgia together. We stand for strong communities and Georgia-grown products. We stand for family, faith, and keeping promises. We stand for you and your community. We stand together. Join today at gfb.org.
We are a Farm Bureau.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday season, hurry into the Road Home sales event and conquer any terrain on your trip back with the remarkably versatile BMW X3, the spacious BMW X5, or the iconic 3 Series. This year, don't just take the road home, truly experience it in the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into the BMW Road Home Sales Event for exceptional offers today.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit bmwatl.com for details. Go Dogs! At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
We're getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's Scott Howard.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. It's time to catch up with Georgia head coach Tom Crean as the Bulldogs will finally play their season opener. And Coach, there's a lot of new faces on your squad this year. What can you tell us about your team, and what can we expect to see from this guys?
We'll all learn together. I mean, you, me, our fans, everybody will learn together. I've enjoyed working with them. There's no doubt about that. For 8 newcomers and 6 returners, the oldest being Ty Fagan, who's ripe old age of a junior, it's been unique. They've worked very hard. It's been a long time since we played, obviously, at 8.5+ months, and before we've gone against anybody else. But as far as controlling what they can control and getting better and working against each other, it's been good. We have not gone physically against each other as much as we would in a normal year. And we've gone physically against each other. We've scrimmaged, but not as much as we normally would, as we keep getting used to all these different contact tracing rules and things like that. So they've gone against our GAs and managers and things of that nature. So, and we've been down there. You know, we've had 1 GA that's out. John Linehan's been injured, so that's hurt us. We've just been restricted. But every day it's something new, and we just figured out how to make it better. And now we get to find a way to go against somebody else.
And John Linehan, one of your assistant coaches, is a really good defender, so that probably hurts you in your training.
Oh, our scout team's gone down. James Cambrone is 6'6", and he went straight from being a pro player to coming in being a GA. We have another new GA, Sean O'Brien, who's a former Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, played overseas, and he was banged up. He's not getting contact right now, so we just keep mixing it up. It's just going to be an interesting year. It's going to be a year that if you're not able to be flexible and adjust. If you get too high, you get too low, you're going to get left behind. I mean, you've just got to keep moving forward in everything that you do and make sure that you try to plan and then adjust your plan every day the best that you can.
All right, Kirby over in football is calling it mental agility. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. I mean, you've got to be able to adjust, be flexible. You can't be dependent on 1 or 2 things. You just got to be able to move it around. And, I mean, I'll give these guys credit. I mean, we find out I'm on my way out the door on Wednesday to go home and change before the game. The kids are eating pregame meal, and we find out that we can't play, right? So we go through our logistics. We start looking, okay, what are our options? Long story short, you know, we let the team know, hey, we can't go. We let the public know we can't go. But we decided to practice, and these guys did an outstanding job with that. No one wanted to be out there to practice against one another again, but we did. They did a great job. And it was another example of how you've just got to face challenges head on and do something that you can control with it and figure out how you're going to get better that day.
And to see these guys on the floor today and your opponent, another team, actually on the floor with them going through warm-ups, that's got to make them feel good, pretty excited, and a lot of anticipation for today's game.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's going to be a lot of nervous energy. I really do. And I just think everybody's gone through the same thing. I mean, no exhibitions, no scrimmages. But we really, really were expecting to play this game. Well, originally it was Gardner-Webb, as everybody knows. We were expecting to play this game with a game under our belt. And we don't have that. So we just got to, this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is live rehearsal, right? Like we're out there. And we've just got to do the best we can.
Tom, thanks for your time. We'll catch up with you after the ball game. Good luck today through all of this, and let's get through number 1.
Thanks. And I would just say this to all our fans. I mean, we've set the record for attendance the last 2 years with everything that everybody has done here with supporting this team. Obviously, that's not going to be in the cards this year for us to be able to do that. We're going to be at about 17, 18% capacity. but every bit of energy and enthusiasm and passion and loud and everything that they have that they can bring is going to make a huge difference. We're trying to do everything we can do to make the game atmosphere great. We want to do our part on the floors. We learn the pace of play that we want to play at, and we need our fans to just help us every possible way to get behind us, and we're looking forward to it.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean. Georgia and Florida A&M are coming up today. We'll give you the lineups next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance was created in 1959 to provide financial protection for farmers and rural communities. Over the years, it has grown to protect all Georgians through affordable home, auto, and life insurance, helping Georgia build a strong agriculture industry and keeping the promises we made to our members. Our agents and members stand together for the values that make Georgia special: faith, family, and community. We stand together. We stand for you.
We are a Farm Bureau. The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
This holiday season, give the gift of an energy-efficient home that will save your family and friends money. All Black Friday weekend, shop GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com for Georgia Power's biggest sale of the year on energy-efficient products, like the brand new Google Nest thermostat, only $125 for qualifying Georgia Power customers. Shop deals on brands like Google, Honeywell, and Emerson, all on GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com. Georgia Power, the official energy partner of UGA Athletics.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
It's time for the dogs to eat.
Beats Fagan. Windmill. Lay in. Good. Ty Fagan. Dribble drive. Scoop shot. Good. Right down the lane. He got him on the crossover. Rebound. Kamara leans in and scores with the 10. Wheeler down the lane. Drops it up with a bounce to Kamara. He flushes with two hands. Finds a spot on the floor. And drains. A 25-footer. Still by Brown. It could be a little shoot time with a two-handed dunk.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. And by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to Stegman Coliseum as we close in on the season opening tip-off for our Georgia Bulldogs as we host Florida A&M today. The Bulldogs and the Rattlers have played 3 times prior to today. Georgia's won them all, and this will be the 4th meeting in the series. Let's give you the starting lineups. For First Floor Georgia, the Bulldogs were 16-16 last season, went 5-13 in the SEC, 12-5 at home. They did close the season with a win. Not many teams get to do that. Georgia's last game was its opener in the SEC tournament, a win over Ole Miss, and after that, the schedule was washed out. Here's Tom Crean's starting lineup today for the season opener for this new season. Severe Wheeler is the one starting guard, although Tom doesn't like to give these guys position names. They're all basketball players, that's what he says, and they move everybody around. So we'll give you the 5 guys on the floor to start the ball game for Georgia. Wheeler at 5'10", 180 pounds. He's a sophomore from Houston, Texas. set the SEC freshman assist record last year with 139 assists for Georgia. Tumani Kamara in the starting lineup, 6'8 sophomore, 220 pounds from Brussels, Belgium. High school in Florida for Tumani. Justin Kier is a 6'5", 190-pound graduate transfer from George Mason. He's from the state of Virginia. Ty Fagan, really the only, the most experienced player really by class determination. He's a junior, 6'3", 195 from Logtown, Georgia. And P.J. Horn, a 6'6 grad transfer, 230 pounds, transfer from Virginia Tech. He is originally from Tifton, Georgia. Those are the Bulldogs starters. We'll check in with Florida A&M as we get a little bit closer to the tip. It's the Bulldogs and the Rattlers coming up from Athens this afternoon. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit www.cleanwell.services to get started today.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Zach Joel back inside our Piedmont Healthcare Studios. Quick check of some scores in progress. Kentucky and Richmond are at halftime, 32-28. Cats in front there. South Carolina and Tulsa also at the half. South Carolina leading Tulsa 34-33. And coming down the home stretch, Ohio State pulling away from UMass Lowell 72-63. Before we get you out to Stegman Coliseum for tip-off, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. It's the opening game of the season in courtside at Stegman Coliseum with Chuck Dowdle and Scott Howard.
Zach, thank you very much. National anthem has been performed. Georgia recognized 3 former Georgia basketball players that had passed away during the offseason as well, and we're ready for a tip-off here in just a moment. They'll announce the starting lineups here inside the Coliseum, and I was told, Chuck, as we'll get to the keys to the game here in just a second, but Georgia is, I think capacity is just over 1,600 fans in the building.
I believe it's 1,644 is what they're allowing, and I don't know we'll have that today. This game, it was going to be Gardner-Webb, then suddenly Florida A&M, but eventually, look, we're going to get to SEC play at the end of December 30th, and then when the conference cranks up, I think we're going to start to see whatever that capacity is. We'll see it here.
Well, let's get to our keys to the game presented by the Ford F-150. The Ford F-150 is more than a truck. It's your starting point guard. Learn more at buyfordnow.com. Then see your local Ford dealer and score a great offer on the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. All right, here's Chuck with our Ford F-150 keys to the game.
Thanks so much. Scott, you're a real pro. You stretched that out while I got me some light from my phone.
They turned the lights on on me.
That's
I was
right,
reading
they did.
in the dark.
And we're now so socially distanced, I can't help you out with mine either. But first thing we want to do today, we got to start fast and play fast. You know, under these new COVID rules, these preseason games are going to carry a little more weight by the time we get to the end, because who knows what this season is going to look like as we move through February and into March, and hopefully March Madness. But at any rate, we need to start fast, play fast. It's the way Tom Crean practices every day, but now you need to translate that to the games, and it starts now. And then three-point shooting. We need to hit 32 to 35%, and that was a main focus of the offseason of this coaching staff, was to improve Georgia's three-point shooting. Last year, it was 30%. Had we hit just four more threes during the course of the season, that would have translated, believe it or not, we would have gone from 16-16 to 20-12. I mean, that's how much it means to be able to knock down those threes. And then finally, we got 8 new faces on this team. Winning is a habit, but so is losing. So let's get the right habit started today.
Very good. We're going to see 2 of those new faces in the Georgia starting 5, P.J. Horn and Justin Kier, 2 of our graduate transfers, as the Bulldogs are being announced here inside Stegman Coliseum. Our officials for today, Doug Schaus, Anthony Jordan, and Rob Rourke. And our tip-off is sponsored by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. Learn more at northside.com.
Scott, as you look across the floor at the Georgia team as they gather around each other, I mean, you could pretty much run a string across the top of all the heads, with the exception of Severe. They're all about the same size. I mean, they really are. And that's what Tom Crean talks about. This is going to have to be a team rebounding effort. So watch us on the boards. Let's see if we can do it as a team.
So Georgia in the home whites, Florida A&M, the late edition here, and we're glad they were able to make the trip in the green and orange. Doug Schaus with the ball in his hand. Kamara will jump it off for the Dogs. Tapped into the backcourt. Georgia with the first possession. And we are underway in the 2021 season here in late November at Stegman Coliseum. Feels good to be back. Georgia with the first possession and the drive by Wheeler, and we've seen that a time or two. Right down the lane and the layup with the left hand good.
And that's the thing. Look, we know that left hand's good. I want to start to see that right hand be good too.
Florida A&M with its first possession of the ball game. Top of the key, here's Cameron Reeves. He had 15 in there. They've played one game. They played Florida Gulf Coast and lost on Wednesday in Fort Myers. Long jumper by the Rattlers is off the rim. The rebound goes to Fagan for the Dogs. Ty Fagan with the ball on the left wing. Bounce pass to Kamara. Tumani's going to drive, throws it up with the right hand from the left side of the iron and kisses it in good. Dogs off to a 4-0 start. The Rattlers, anyway, lost 65-56 to Florida Gulf Coast on Wednesday. This is their second game. They're opening up with just a nasty long road trip. A top-of-the-key jumper by Randolph is no good. Dogs with a rebound again. It was Fagan. Here's Kier with a shot fake. Moves to his right. He shoots the three. It's good.
Boy, that is something I have seen them practice over and over. The ball fake, one dribble to the side, and then shoot the three. It's great to see him take it from the practice floor and make it count in a game.
Justin Kier puts the Dogs up 7-0 in his three-pointer, brought to you by Scana Energy. Hopefully we see a few more Scana Energy threes here this afternoon. Rattlers down 7-0. They've got the ball. Here's a straightaway three by Reeves. That's off the rim. They get an offensive rebound, and Randolph with the putback. It wanted to come out, but it stayed in the rim. Swung around it a time or two and then fell through for the first points for Florida A&M. 7-2 our score. Dogs with the lead. And there goes Wheeler again, attacking the rack and scoring on another layup. It's 9-2. Ball knocked up in the air, tapped into the backcourt. We go after it. Florida A&M rather gets it. Rattlers drive inside the arc, pull up top of the key. Reeves misses another straight-on jumper. Rebound to the Dogs. Wheeler catch and shoot three from the right side, missed it short. Rebound underneath by the Dogs, as that rebound came right down to P.J. Horn. Dogs have it. We slow it down. Wheeler and the Dogs working down to our right. The benches now have moved to the other side of the court this season. And Georgia's bench straight across from us on the back end of where we're playing right now. Wheeler forces a three as the shot clock runs out. He missed it off the iron. Rebound to Florida A&M. They'll hustle down floor, miss a three from the right corner. One and out for them. We tried to get out on a nice long pass to Wheeler, but it was picked off on the run by M.J. Randolph, and Florida A&M gets another opportunity as they bring the ball back into the front court.
Yeah, Ty didn't get enough juice on it, and it kind of hung up.
Ball knocked out of bounds right in front of us.
Right underneath us.
Yep, it rolled. I had to kick it back. Let's see where
it is. Somebody give him the ball.
Here we go.
There you go, Scott.
I touched it. Do they have to disinfect the ball now?
I'm the wrong guy to ask that.
You got the sanitizer right next to you, so we might have to rub down the ball if it comes over here again. FAMU with the possession. Here's Randolph, a 6'4 junior from Pensacola. Dribbles with the left hand, guarded by Fagan. Drives to the right now towards the baseline. And his shot is blocked at the rim by Kamara. And it's going to go out of bounds in the far corner. And that's where Georgia's bench is with all the players. They've got their own individual chairs this year. They kind of like that, probably. They've got room on the bench. They're not having to bump somebody over just to get a space.
But you can't talk to anybody. I mean, you got to yell at them.
I think they're all wired up, aren't they? They all have earpieces and stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's us.
Florida A&M with the basketball. It's a 7-2 lead. They were running out of time, just 2 seconds left, and the Dogs steal the ball. Fagan going to take it and drive the other direction. And what's the call? A whistle and a foul on Florida A&M. It's on Spear, Jalen Spear, 6'1 freshman from Gainesville, Florida, and it's going to put Ty Fagan on the free throw line for the first time this afternoon. Our first free throws of this new season. Georgia with a 9-2 lead. And Fagan at the line, 62% last season in a limited number of shots. The left-hander puts it up and in. He was 15 of 24 last season.
And I got to tell you something, Scott. He is the guy that the coach, I don't care what coach on this staff you ask about how the offseason was going, Ty Fagan's name was mentioned about what steps forward he had taken, not only with his game, but his leadership.
Fagan knocks down both foul shots, making it 11-2. Dogs out to an early start. Now we got a little pressure in the backcourt, a 1-2-2 look. Rattlers work the ball up to half court, get it into the front side. From our vantage point, they work to our left. And this is Reeves handling the basketball. Now he drops it off on the wing. They bounce it through traffic. Attack from the right corner. Fade away at the elbow is no good by Moraine. And an offensive rebound goes to Florida A&M. And on the putback, there's a foul called on the Dogs. And that's on P.J. Horn. That's his first. And that's going to put the Rattlers on the line. Horn at 6'6", graduate transfer from Virginia Tech. He's a Georgia boy. Tifton, Georgia.
Yeah, he's got that physique that, I'm sure God meant for me to have.
Free throw by the Rattlers is no good, off the front of the rim by M.J. Randolph, who is now 2 for 6 from the foul line this season. Again, they already had one game under their belt, and this is Georgia's opener, finally, before we get to the month of December. Second free throw around the rim and out, no good. Fagan, another rebound. He's got a handful of those.
He's cleaning the boards.
Dogs with the basketball and leading 11-2 with 15:53 remaining first half. Tumani, long three, right wing, is an air ball. Rebound to the Rattlers. FAMU in green and a little bit of orange working in the front court. They work it around the perimeter. Handoff to Randolph on the near side. He fires straight away to Reeves. Reeves going to dribble and attack, runs into the Georgia defense. They kick it out on the right side, attack from the corner. That's Jameer Williams, Mr. Running Layup. Dogs with a rebound and the ball. We move it, hurry. There's the Severe Wheeler, the little fella, with another driving layup and a score. Severe's got 6 already. It's 13-2 Dogs.
He is quick. He is just
down the lane, and a floater lets it go with one hand. They call a block on the Dogs as Bryce Moraine attacked the basket. And we got a block foul on Georgia. And that'll get us into a timeout with 15-12 to go. Half number 1. Dogs off to a good start. It's Georgia 13, the Rattlers 2. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
Core Power's the official protein drink of Georgia football. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia football.
This holiday season, give the gift of an energy-efficient home that will save your family and friends money. All Black Friday weekend, shop GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com for Georgia Power's biggest sale of the year on energy-efficient products, like the brand new Google Nest thermostat, only $125 for qualifying Georgia Power customers. Shop deals on brands like Google, Honeywell, and Emerson, all on GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com. Georgia Power, the official energy partner of UGA Athletics.
Core Power's the official protein drink of Georgia football. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia football.
Everybody remembers the amazing light show last year when we ran the Fighting Irish out of Sanford Stadium that made Georgia the envy of college football. I'm Kenny Mullins, business manager for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Every light in Sanford Stadium was installed by an IBEW electrician. We also light up the practice facility and many other buildings on campus. Learn more about the IBEW at IBEW613.org. Go Dogs!
Right now, come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers today for test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. And speaking of great, the Dogs are off to a great start here at their season opener against Florida A&M. 13-2, Chuck, and Fagan has given us a lot on both ends of the floor.
No doubt about it. 6 rebounds already. You just told me during the break there that that's a career high.
That ties his career high in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. He's got 6 rebounds, but the Dogs are running the floor. I tell you, one of the things that's impressing me about the new additions, Justin Kier, the way he plays defense, very aggressive. Now, he went for a couple of steals, just missed, but he disrupted the Rattlers' offense enough that they weren't able to get off a decent shot. I like the way the young man plays defense.
Well, just before the timeout, they called a blocking foul on P.J. Horn, the 6'6 graduate transfer for the Dogs, and that will put the Rattlers at the free throw line.
We got Garcia in now, Andrew, another one of the graduate transfers.
And Moraine's free throw is up and in, good for Florida A&M, and it's now 13-3. Second foul shot by the right-hander, also good. 13-4. Dogs have the advantage. Wheeler into the front court, far sideline. Cross court, near side to Kier. Catch and shoot 3. Missed it on the far side of the rim. Rebound, we fight for it with Tyron McMillan. Another newcomer, junior college transfer. Falls down, couldn't get the rebound. Rattlers have the ball. They attack the basket. Pivot on the left block. Nowhere to go with it up, so they send it back outside. Scramble for a loose ball that's rolling on the floor. Garcia fighting for it. He tried to get it up ahead into the front court to Kier, and I think it went off a Rattler body. It did. It'll be Georgia's basketball.
They tipped it out, trying to disrupt the pass, because that would have been an easy 2 for the Dogs.
So the Dogs 5 right now: Wheeler, Kier, Horn, Garcia, and McMillan. McMillan at 6'9", the biggest Bulldog on the floor. Here's Garcia, no look into McMillan, puts it on the floor once. He's called for a double dribble.
if you love the game of basketball, you loved what you just saw a minute ago with a loose ball on the floor and 3 white jerseys diving for it.
Likely to see more of that. McMillan, by the way, played AAU ball with Sevier Wheeler. So they have a little bit of a history. He's from New Orleans, Louisiana. Again, a junior college transfer. The Dogs have 3 of those on this roster, along with 3 graduate transfers and 2 freshmen. So those are the 8 newcomers for Tom Crean's 3rd team at Georgia. Jumper from the far corner is good. I don't know if that was a 3. I think it was a 2.
It was a 2.
Inside the arc on the far corner. Makes it 13-6. Dogs by 7 with the ball. Horn's 3 from the right wing is no good. Off the rim. It nicked the iron. Rattlers with a rebound and off and running. They attack with MJ Randolph. He gets right under the basket and puts it up and in off the glass. And it's 13-8. And here comes FAMU. 6 straight by the Rattlers now. Jumper from the corner again. Horn misses another 3, and the rebound goes to Florida A&M. 13-8 is our score. Dogs with the lead, and Florida A&M stepped out of bounds right in front of us. Jameer Williams was going to drive the baseline, and that back foot hit the sideline out of bounds. That seems to be a problem with a lot of teams.
It's painted in bright red.
Clearly marked, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you'd think you'd see it, but you're right. It is a.
We had that issue a lot last year. We had guys that would, that same play, they would start to drive, and that back foot would hit the line, go out of bounds. Dogs have it in the front court. Wheeler to Andrew Garcia, the transfer from Stony Brook. Here's Jaquan Walton in the ball game. We pass it underneath to Christian Brown, who's in. A reverse layup is no good, but a whistle and a foul on Florida A&M, and that's going to put Brown at the foul line for Georgia. And the foul was on their Brown, Johnny Brown, and it puts our Brown, Christian Brown, at the foul line where his free throw is up and in. Hope you got all that. Christian at 6'6", sophomore from Hopkins, South Carolina. Averaged 9.5 minutes on the floor in 31 games as a freshman last year. His free throws are both good. That one barely moved the net. 61% shooter last year. He starts off at 100% this year. He went 2 for 2, and the Dogs settle back into, it looks like a 2-3 zone.
That's exactly what that is, a 2-3 zone.
15-8 Georgia.
They're probably going to show us a little everything today.
Rattlers with the basketball. And a baseline jumper, right corner. Inside the arc is good by DJ Jones, the 6'9" transfer from Tulane. That makes it 15-10. Georgia with a 5-point lead and the ball. Pressure by the Rattlers. We get it into the front court, but we had to work it up there to get it into the corner to Brown. He drives, misses a little running jumper, and a battle for the rebound. There's a whistle and contact, and that's going to be a foul on Florida A&M again.
Yeah, McMillan, he was battling for that rebound, got hacked, so he'll go to the line.
That'll put Tyron McMillan at 6'9" and 220 on the line. Last year at JUCO, his numbers 10.5 points, 5.7 rebounds per ball game. And he'll have to wait another try for his first point as a Georgia Bulldog. He misses the foul shot. Michael Starks, as you heard, just checked into the ball game for the first time. Another junior college transfer for the Bulldogs, a top 10 JUCO prospect. 6 feet, 185 pounds from Miami. McMillan hits the second of his free throw attempts and gets his first point in a Georgia uniform. It's 16-10, Georgia. Pressure in the backcourt on the Bulldogs, and McMillan going to get a reach-in foul called in the backcourt.
You probably get away with that in JUCO. You're not going to get away with that at this level.
Yeah, not when you reach across the body, and especially when the official's standing right there and looking at it.
I was going to say, these officials have seen that before.
That was Rob Rourke with the call. Rattlers basketball. They trail 16-10. Top of the key, they send it left wing. Here's Johnny Brown going to give it back to Keith Littles. Littles with a left-hand dribble inside the arc. Pull up 2. Won't go. Rebound tapped off the iron to Starks for Georgia. Michael Starks with that long hair bouncing as he Gets it into the front court. They go to Walton in the right corner. Now on the baseline, McMillan going to pull up for about a 10-foot soft jumper off the rim. Too much on it. Rebound, Florida A&M. Quickly into the front court. They fire a three. The left-hander, Johnny Brown, misses it. It rattles out. Rebound to the Dogs. Here's Walton. He's going to attack. Feeds Brown coming from the left side. Missed the lay-in. Rebound, Florida A&M. Here come the Rattlers back the other way. Working right to left here at Stegman Coliseum. They work it over left wing for another three. In love with that shot, but not the results. Jameer Williams misses another one. Dogs rebound. Walton's got it. He's going to drive left edge of the lane, and they foul. They put a body on Jaquan. Foul is on Jalen Spear for FAMU. The Rattlers pick up a foul. We pick up a timeout. 11:26 to go first half. Georgia with a lead by 6. It's 16-10. Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Right now, you'll find sizzling savings at the ground beef sale. Select varieties are 50% off with card. Pick up yours today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
If you thought you saw the last of the double cheeseburger pizza from Papa John's, think again, because it's back again. And now they're debuting the sequel as a papadilla, a quarter pound of beef, zesty burger sauce and pickles on crispy flatbread crust. Again, one more time. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12, or a new double cheeseburger papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Again. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
This holiday season, hurry into the Road Home sales event and conquer any terrain on your trip back with the remarkably versatile BMW X3, the spacious BMW X5, or the iconic 3 Series. This year, don't just take the road home, truly experience it in the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event for exceptional offers today.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, producer-engineer Adam Gillespie here. Zach Jules in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios this afternoon for the Bulldogs season opener. Glad to have you along from Stegman, where Georgia leads 16-10 over Florida A&M. It's time to go inside the huddle, virus style, with Chuck Dowdle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. And, Chuck, virus style means you don't actually get to go in the huddle anymore.
Yeah, I'm so socially distanced, I'm across the floor from them.
But tell us what you think's going on in that huddle right now as Georgia leads by 6.
Right now, I think Tom Crean's offering them a lot of words of encouragement because they're off to a good start. They're playing fast, not accomplishing what we want to get accomplished from behind the arc, but doing what we want to do on the boards, playing much better defense than I've seen Georgia play in a couple of years, at least so far, and I like what I'm seeing on the scoreboard. Guys, these new faces, they're all trying to blend.
And another new face on the floor, another JUCO transfer, Jonathan Ned at 6'9". He's on the floor for the first time in the ball game. Ned with a bounce feed to Kamara, trying to post up on the right block. Little miscommunication there. The pass from Ned out of the reach of Kamara, and we turn it over. So the Rattlers with the basketball, the down by 6, 11-11 to go first half. Florida A&M in green and orange, Georgia in white mostly, a little red and black trim. They work in the front court, does Florida A&M. Here's Randolph. He ducked under the defender, Kamara, and got inside the foul line, put it up with one hand, and watches it drop through good. It's 16-12. The Georgia lead is down to 4. Here's Starks from the left wing. Pushes it across to Walton. It goes back to Starks. Michael Starks for Georgia, 6-footer. Back over to the right side of the floor. Jaquan Walton missed the 3. The rebound off the side of the rim and out of bounds in the right corner. It'll be FAMU basketball.
I don't mind Jaquan taking the 3. I don't mind him missing the 3. I do mind that he stood there and admired it when he put it up rather than follow it. And the rebound came right off where he would have been.
Yeah, it came back to from where he was shooting it. But you're right, he didn't move after it. 16-12, Georgia by 4. FAMU with the ball on the near side. There's Randolph. He'll work his way to the top of the key on the dribble through the legs. Looks to the near side. Now will hand off on the right side of the floor to Keith Littles. Pass comes this way to Moraine. Gets loose on the floor.
Look at the white jersey.
Yeah, Kamara goes diving for it. Georgia had another player diving for a loose ball, and Dogs end up paying for it, however. Get called for a pushing foul to Monty Kamara. And that's his second foul as he went to the floor a little bit too aggressively for the officials' liking. So Tumani going to stay on the floor right now with that second foul. And Randolph will inbound it on the baseline for Florida A&M under their basket. 16-12, they travel with the ball and turn it over.
Yeah, that's the old ball fake and then take the step before you get the ball on the floor.
Dogs get it into the front court in a hurry. Wheeler drops it off on the dribble to Ty Fagan, who's back in. Fagan to Christian Brown straight away. Swing it over to the little fellow. Wheeler drives around. They hook him with their elbow up around his neck. He drives, and their layup will roll off the iron. We tap it in, but after the whistle and a foul on FAMU. That's on Brown for Florida A&M. Number 2 on him, their 5th team foul. And it'll put Sevier on the free throw line for the Dogs. Wheeler last year 70%. Started off kind of slow with his foul shooting, but finished strong as the season progressed, and he finished right at 70%. And the left-hander knocks down his first opportunity of this season. Free throw is good. He's got 5 points in the ballgame. And it's 17-12 Georgia. Second foul shot off the left side of the iron. Rebound touched out. Kamara and Florida A&M. It's going to be Georgia's basketball. It looked like Moraine, 6'5", senior forward, touched it out for the Rattlers. Now Brown, just to the left of the basket, feeds it in to Kamara. He tries to dribble and slide towards the basket. He's stripped. Rattlers with a steal. Florida A&M up the floor. Here they come out of the corner. Step inside for 2. Jalen Spear knocks down a 12-footer from the right side to make it 17-14 now. Rattlers were down double figures early in this ball game. They've come all the way back to 1 possession now. Right corner air ball by Georgia. That's Jonathan Ned fired up a long. Couldn't tell if he was inside the arc or not. It was a long baseline jumper that was an air ball.
It didn't much matter. It wasn't close. But here's what does matter is I think you are seeing some nerves on the part, even under these circumstances, with a fairly empty building. I think you're seeing a lot of nerves with guys, in their first game as Georgia Bulldogs.
Josh Taylor, one of our 2 freshmen on the floor now for the first time. Rattlers jumper just above the foul line is good. Cameron Reeves makes it a 1-point game. It's 17-16. Georgia by 1 with the ball. Horn, bounce pass, thread the needle, right of the lane to Sevier. He's going to back it out and reassess the situation. Slings it into the cross-court corner, and Georgia comes out of there with Ned up the wing to Fagan. 12 on the shot clock. Dogs with a 1-point lead, 8:50 to go first half. Crossover Wheeler, attacks, spins into the paint, kicks it to Fagan across the lane, leans in towards the basket and lays it up good off the window.
That was a great move by Ty to get cut underneath just the right time. Saved the Sevier on the pass and the shot clock.
19-16. Extends the lead to 3. First field goal of the ball game for Ty Fagan. Right corner 3. Is that a 2? That's a 2. That rattled out, almost came out, but settles back in for FAMU. About a 16-footer from the far corner. Wheeler drives, attacks, gives it to Ned. Looked like he may have gotten away with a walk there. He didn't put it on the floor. He took the pass and went right to the basket and laid it up and in for his first points.
But if you look smooth enough doing it,
That's true. You got to sell it. 21-18. Dogs by 3. Guys in green with the basketball. Rattlers hold it. Look under the basket. Fake the pass there. Spear's going to keep it out on the perimeter. Randolph with a drive, and they're going to get the Dogs for a foul. That's number 2 on P.J. Horn, the defender. So that'll be 2 on him. I think that's the 5th team foul on the Dogs. Well, that's 6 on Georgia, and we go into a timeout with 7:51 remaining, half number 1. It's the Bulldogs 21, the Rattlers 18, and we're back to Stegman right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Slam and jam. Steps back for 3. Count it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
21-18, Georgia with a 3-point lead, 7:51 to go. Let's update our game for you if you've missed a portion of it. This is our Regions game recap brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Well, the recap is Georgia opened up an 11-point lead at 13-2, and then steadily Florida A&M began to come back. They got it to within 1 point at 17-16. It's a 3-point lead right now. They haven't been in front yet, but they have certainly erased that 11-point deficit, Chuck, and they kind of did it in a hurry.
Yeah, and we have not shot well. We've taken a lot of threes, 7. We've hit 1. For those that are math challenged like I am, they have a little machine here that does it for us. That's 14%. And
well, they haven't hit any either. They're 0-5. We've hit 1. They've hit none.
Well, but the problem is we're trying to improve to 32 to 35%, and that's not going to get the job done at 14.
Rattlers with a basketball. If they hit a 3 here, they will tie it. They will opt for 2 and take it in and lay it up. Bryce Moraine, the 6'5 senior forward from Tampa, got a lane to the basket and took advantage of it. It's a 1-point game now. Georgia 21, Florida A&M 20. Dogs work on the offensive end. Taylor slides with a basketball, put it on the floor, slid to his left under the basket, and wanted to go up with it, but the Rattlers got a hand on it, stripped it out of bounds. So Georgia will inbound the ball with 16 on the possession clock. It'll be Severe Wheeler to throw it in. Left of the bucket. Dogs hanging on to a 1-point lead here, about 7:20 to go in the first half. Wheeler has the ball after the inbound. They set a screen for him, the little fella. Over to Garcia, who attacks, throws it into the corner. Wheeler saves the turnover. The ball, he had to chase it down. They send it right wing for a 3. That's no good. We miss another one. That was Kyer. Dogs offensive rebound straight away to Wheeler. He misses another 3. Rebound Fagan. He rips it down. Career high in that department for Ty Fagan. He gets fouled going back up. The Logtown, Georgia junior working the glass. 7 rebounds for Fagan. And again, a career high now coming in the first half. In about 12, almost 13 minutes of play, he establishes a new career rebounding high. 21-20 Dogs. Fagan back at the foul line. The left-hander, free throw, off the rim, and falls away, no good. He made his first 2 attempts this afternoon. That's his first miss. He's got 4 points in the ball game. He's got 8 rebounds. I stand corrected. I thought that was his 7th, but he's snuck another one in there. Yeah, he missed both free throws. And the Rattlers have the ball. Chance to take the lead now for the first time if they convert on this possession. It's 21-20 Georgia. Here's Randolph after a handoff on the left side. Going to drive right of the lane, throws it up off the glass, good, and Florida A&M has the lead, 22-21. First lead of the game for the guys in green. Kyer stumbles, loses the dribble through traffic, picked up on the wing by Garcia. He turns and attacks in the paint, puts it up off the glass, good, and the foul. Count the basket and send Andrew Garcia to the foul line for a free throw.
Well, thank goodness. I'm going to believe that we couldn't make shots anymore.
Garcia, 6'6", 225, graduate transfer from Stony Brook. He's a New Jersey man from Bergenfield, New Jersey. A second-team all-conference player at Stony Brook last year. And the year before that, he was the 6th man of the year in the American East Conference. So he comes to Georgia with some pretty good credentials. And here he is at the foul line. Free throw, that won't go. Rebound goes to Florida A&M. So Garcia gets his first bucket, misses the three-point play opportunity. 23-22, Georgia back in the lead by 1. Rattlers with the basketball, almost threw it away. Randolph saves them on the wing. Hands it off, tight man-to-man defense for Georgia. Kyer's all over his man. He's going to pull up and shoot a 2, try to draw contact. He didn't get the foul call, but he makes the basket. That's Cameron Reeves, the 6'2 senior guard from Champaign, Illinois. Now Florida A&M back in front. Dogs with the ball, far end of the floor, down to our right, in front court. Wheeler looks quickly back on the Georgia bench. Tom Crean frantically pacing back on this left end of the floor. Wheeler with the ball, stands on the edge of the logo. Middle of the floor, 7 to shoot. Wheeler dribbles behind the back, makes some space, tried to dump it down low to McMillan. They pick it off, intercepted by the Rattlers. Turnover for the Dogs, and Florida A&M with the ball, and the Dogs foul, a blocking foul on Garcia near midcourt. And that's our 7th team foul, so it's 1-1 now for Florida A&M, and it'll put M.J. Randolph, a 6'4 junior guard from Pensacola, at the free throw line for the Rattlers.
Scott, you know, one of the things in talking with Tom Crean the other day that we were talking about is I asked him how far on the bench does he feel like he could go. He said, you know what, because they've had no exhibitions, that he doesn't really know. And so that's going to be part of this early process of these games, is finding out who you can count on, who you can't down that bench.
Free throw is no good off the front of the rim. The Dogs rebound. I think everybody's been in so far, the scholarship guys, except for K.D. Johnson. That's the only player. Charge on the Dogs. And that's on Wheeler. Called for the charge.
Yeah, Sevier was using that right hand to hook him to kind of go around him with the left hand on the dribble.
24-23, Florida A&M. This is their final season in the MEAC, in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. In July of 2021, next year, the Rattlers will join the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. A drive, miss a layup on the run. Rebound, Christian Brown in the paint. Hands it to Sevier. Dogs sprint up the floor. Wheeler attacks. Ran out of space. Tried to deliver it late before he ran out of bounds to Garcia. We turned it over instead. Sevier a little out of control on that run. Here's Florida A&M inside. Missed the left-hand scoop shot. Going across the paint. Moraine missed the shot. Dogs rebound the miss. Brown's got it on the run for the Dogs.
That was
Drops
a nice
it off on the bounce to McMillan. And the ball, he goes up, tries to dunk it, and it wedged between the rim and the glass. And that's called a jump ball, and the Rattlers have the arrow.
I got to tell you, that was a nice pass from Christian Brown.
Nice pass, and Tyron McMillan just didn't quite get enough air on his attempt to dunk it. So the Dogs miss a scoring opportunity there. 24-23, Florida A&M with the 1-point lead and the ball. They were down by 11 early, 13-2. Now they lead by 1. Moraine curls around, pulls away from the lane, fadeaway 2 on the right baseline, good. And they extend the lead to 3, their largest of the game, 26-23. Dogs work in front court. Kyer flips it straight away to Brown between the circles. Looks right, goes left. Quick feed to Garcia in the corner. Stumbles along the baseline. And he runs into a defender who is called for a block, and that's on M.J. Randolph, the 6'4 guard. That's his first, and that's their 8th team foul. So Garcia on the line for 1-1. 26-23. Georgia trails now with 4:07 to go. First half of the season opener.
Seems like a year ago we were up 13-2.
Time just flies by, doesn't it? Here's Garcia, right-handed shooter. Free throw is up and in for the transfer from Stony Brook. Garcia, 3rd point of the ball game. Free throw up and in, good. Garcia makes them both. Wheeler wearing number 2 for Georgia this year, by the way. Wore 15 last year. In a single-digit jersey number this season. Rattlers with the ball. They fire a pass on the run to Randolph. Off his hands. He bobbled it and ended up losing it. Kamara got the loose ball. Georgia going to try to score off to the steal. Garcia misses a 3. Christian Brown, the rebound underneath his putback, hit the underside of the backboard. Rattlers with the ball and off and running. They miss a driving layup, but there's a teammate to follow it up and in good. That may have been Moraine on the putback. And the lead is 28-25 for Florida A&M. Dogs miss another 3 from the right corner. Rebound out of bounds on the left baseline. And who's going to have possession? I didn't see who touched it out over there.
They're going to have Florida A&M has it.
Their basketball and a timeout with 3:27 to go in the first half. The Rattlers with a 3-point lead on the Dogs here in Athens. It's 28-25 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Across the Northside Hospital system, our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside leads the Southeast in innovative procedures. Since 2005, we've performed nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries. Our board-certified surgeons are acclaimed for non-invasive techniques. Their confidence and compassion await you at Northside. For complex surgeries, choose the best surgeons. Learn more at northside.com.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit www.cleanwell.services to get started today.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal, only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Bulldog fans, if you need a home loan to fit your team and budget, Rocket can. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Mr. Wrestling 2, Kemosabe back courtside with you here. The Masked Avengers in Stegman Coliseum. Glad to be courtside. Not necessarily glad to be wearing a mask, but you know, you do what you got to do, right?
Yes. Well, right now,
you do what you're told to do.
What the Dogs need to do is put the ball in the basket, which at the end of the day,
and that's what they were telling them to do. The coaches were.
I got to tell you, right now we are shooting 31% from the floor.
Ouch.
1 for 11, 9% from behind the line, and 62% at the line, at the free throw line. This is just not what you want to see, and I'm sure we won't see it as time progresses. They'll settle down eventually.
Yeah, Rattlers at 48% shooting. They haven't made any 5s, but they're not earning a living out there. They're 0 for 5. As Chuck said, we're 1 for 11 on long balls and shooting just 31% for the game. Rattlers get in deep with Johnny Brown playing with 2 fouls. They had him off the floor for a while. He paid dividends that time back on the floor. and scores right in front of the basket to give Florida A&M their largest lead of the contest. It's 30-25, Rattlers. Dogs ball, front court, down to the far end of the floor. Kamara with a couple of dribbles. Kick out to Wheeler, back to Tumani. Left corner, back to Wheeler straight away. Send it over to Kyer, dribbles it off the wing, scoops it back to Wheeler. 2 to shoot, goes to Christian Brown. He hits the jumper, they knock him down. It's a three-pointer. It was all net, and they tripped him at the end for the foul. He'll go to the line for a rare 4-point play. And that is another Scana Energy three-pointer, and hopefully become a 4-pointer play right there for Christian Brown.
Well, that was a pretty shot. Christian, he'd missed a couple, but it was good to see him kind of settle down and bury that three and also draw the foul. Now just converted at the line.
Our second three-pointer of the half. And if he hits the free throw, the officials are taking a look at the monitor about 100 yards away down to the right end of the floor. They're way down, or actually we're way down here. They're probably where they're supposed to be. We're in a new little broadcast location.
We're supposed to be here.
Okay. Well, we're in the building and on the floor. That's about the only thing that's consistent. Our location has changed. You're about a table length away from me. Adam's about a table length away on the other side.
Adam's about a table length away from being out of the building.
Zach's still the same distance away. He's a few hundred miles away in the network studio, so that's consistent anyway. Were they checking for the three? I think that's what they were checking for. (30-28). Brown could make it a 1-point game. Puts it up with a right hand. All net good. Christian Brown with 6 in the half, and it's 30-29. Rattlers by 1. So a 4-point play erases a 5-point lead for the most part. Leaves just a 1-point deficit for the Dogs. Florida A&M with a basketball. Dogs play a man-to-man. Randolph, short bounce pass down on the right low block on the baseline. Moraine going to shoot over his defender Garcia. His jumper rattles out. Rebound to Kyer. Drives, hooks it hard to the left. Pull-up jumper Wheeler won't go off the rim. Fight for the loose ball. Garcia off the bounce, off the floor. Puts it up with his back under the basket. Kissed it off the glass and got fouled to boot. He'll go to the line, and they'll count the 2. Good hustle by Andrew Garcia and company. Kept after that loose ball, Chuck.
And that's what you like. They kept fighting for it because they didn't really have good position, but it paid off.
That's 10 team fouls now on Florida A&M, so the Dogs will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Just one free throw here for Garcia, and he delivers.
All right, so we have a 4-point play and a 3-point play. I'm liking this.
And the math tells me that we go up 2 after being down 5. That's pretty good. 7 points in 2 possessions for the Dogs to put them up 2. 32-30, Georgia. Rattlers with the ball. Here comes the 3. Left wing, good.
Wow.
Soft touch by Cameron Reeves.
And that's their first one.
He hit 4 in their opening game against Florida Gulf Coast. He was 4 of 8 on the 3-point ball. Wow, Christian Brown with a tomahawk dunk along the right baseline. Got up high in the air and just sent it home hard. 34-33 Dogs. Brown came to score today. He's got 8 here in the half. He's the Dogs' leading scorer.
And he's playing with confidence. Now you can see him on the floor. His whole demeanor changes.
Georgia by 1 with 64 seconds to go in the half. 9 to shoot, and the Rattlers will. An air ball inside the arc left side. But there's a man underneath the basket to catch it and lay it up and in. That's Henrik Murray. He just caught the air ball and put it right back up and in to give the Rattlers a 1-point lead. Georgia works on the offensive end now and in close to the basket. A foul on Florida A&M, and that'll send Andrew Garcia, who was the guy shooting, to the free throw line. He can give the Dogs the lead here with 2 foul shots. 49.1 to go in the first half, 35-34 Rattlers. Now we're tied at 35 as Garcia sinks another foul shot. his career numbers at Stony Brook. He averaged 24 points a game. These are career numbers, 24 points a game. No, these are career highs. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong numbers. I was going to say if he averaged 24 and 12, that's pretty impressive. But those are his career highs at Stony Brook as he hit both foul shots. 36-35. Georgia has a 1-point lead. Rattlers have the ball. We've got 35 seconds to go in the half. They've got 15 to shoot. Hold it out on the wing. Top of the key. Randolph flashes out, takes the ball, drives, dribbles with the left hand, throws up the runner as he falls out of bounds. It kisses off the window good. Randolph in constant movement for Florida A&M. They lead by 1, 15 seconds to go, and we'll use a timeout and set up a play. 15.9 seconds remaining, and if Georgia can convert, they might go into the locker room with the lead.
That'd be nice, I tell you, because we have not done a lot of the things that that we hope to be able to do this season. You know, obviously shooting the three, obviously, you know, playing a little bit better defense. We've gotten a little out of control too on offense, turning the ball over some. You know, the Rattlers in their loss to Gulf Coast the other night, they had 20 turnovers, and we've been down that road. It's not pretty.
We've got 8. They've got 6 so far in this ball game, but it's a fast-moving game. The shooting is not necessarily great, although Florida A&M over 50% in their shooting, but they're attacking the basket. They're not living on the perimeter. They've taken 6 threes here in the half. They've made 1, but attack. A lot of points in the paint for them here in the first half this afternoon. 37-36, FAMU leads after being down by 11 early on in this contest. Their head coach, Robert McCullum, on the bench urging his guy to play defense for the next 10 seconds. Dogs with the ball. Wheeler drives across the top of the key, reverses to Jonathan Ned. They feed it into Garcia. He's double-teamed, but he scores against the double team on a layup at the end of the half.
He turned and put it right in their face. That was very nice.
He had 2 defenders on him. Neither guy wanted to foul. Garcia, there was a little bit of contact, but he was able to score on the play, and that was the last play of the half as we go into the locker room leading by 1, 38-37.
And fortunate to be leading. You know, we need to go in, settle down, understand, okay, now you guys have gotten it all out of your systems. You all made your new Georgia Bulldog debut, 8 new faces, and go out there now and do what you can do, and that is, you know, play this game at a high level. And that's what Tom Crean's going to tell them.
38-37 is our score. Georgia with a 1-point lead. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime show. We'll send it back to our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios and Zach Jewell. He's next here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that anything is possible, that just when you think you've seen it all, you won't believe what happens next, that comebacks are not the makings of miracles, but are born out of preparation, perspiration, and perseverance. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we take these lessons to heart and strive to bring our best every single day. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with #SECLessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Catches it, a spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for 3. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it! And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan with game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
The radical left will do anything for total control. But a bipartisan Senate committee of Democrats and Republicans cleared Kelly Loeffler of their false accusations.
Today's clear exoneration affirms what Senator Loeffler has said all along.
She's been exonerated.
She did nothing wrong.
What Kelly did do is deliver for Georgia.
Kelly Loeffler is working to make sure hospitals have staff and PPE.
Georgians stranded after nearly a month. Loeffler worked to make sure these Georgians got home.
Kelly Loeffler launched the Georgia Relief and Recovery website
with a focus on getting business back up and running.
The Georgia senator donates $1 million to Phoebe Foundation.
Kelly Loeffler aiding in the return of Georgians from at least 8 countries.
She's using her platform to make sure no Georgian goes hungry.
This election, stand with Kelly. Save the Senate from radical control. Save the future for America.
I'm Kelly Loeffler. I approve this message.
Paid for by Georgians for Kelly Loeffler.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Zach Jewell.
Dogs leading the Rattlers 38-37 halfway home from Stegman this afternoon as we welcome you back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Studios. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. All Black Friday weekend. Shop GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com for Georgia Power's biggest sale of the year on energy-efficient products like the brand-new Google Nest thermostat, only $65 for qualifying Georgia Power customers. Looking now around the SEC today, 2 games tipped off before us. First up in Rupp Arena, number 10 Kentucky struggling mightily with Richmond. They trail 63-52 with 3.5 to go in the game. Over in Kansas City, Missouri, South Carolina looking to rebound nicely against from a loss to Liberty yesterday with 1.5 to go. They lead Tulsa 64-51. Lastly tonight in conference play, getting set to tip off here at the top of the hour, Texas A&M will host New Orleans. Finally, 2 games to tell you about from the Capitol down in Atlanta. The Lady Dogs are in McCamish taking on Tech, and at the half there, the Lady Dogs leading the Jackets 39-32. And at Mercedes-Benz, the Falcons holding on to a halftime lead against the visiting Las Vegas Raiders 16-3. We'll step aside here and come back with a look around the top 25 right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No one gets you closer to SEC sports than SiriusXM. Tune in to shows on SEC Radio hosted by experts like Peter Burns, Chris Doring, Aaron Murray, and me, Jacob Hester. Plus, get conference news, analysts, and much more. From the off-season through the postseason, we've got your team covered anywhere you go. And now, you can try us out for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great race, we gave this game day jam surprisingly great lyrics.
I want a race that's great. Who is this? To free him tonight. Hey, it's Jake. I want a way to save. Got the coverage on my brand new ride. State Farm race. Yeah, they're great. State Farm, State Farm, State Farm race.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
'Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Sweet ripe fruit is always a hit. And right now, you can pick up red, white, or black seedless grapes for just 97 cents a pound with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield IMG College, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Zach Jewell back inside our Piedmont Healthcare Studios as the Georgia Power Halftime Report rolls on. Before we continue, 10 seconds for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Time now to take a look around the top 25. One final to report from Columbus, Ohio. It was a dogfight, but the 23rd-ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State take down UMass Lowell 74-64. Getting underway later this afternoon, 18th-ranked Arizona State hosts Houston Baptist, and number 24 Rutgers welcomes Hofstra to Piscataway at 4 p.m. At 4:30, 11th-ranked Creighton hosts North Dakota State. Then the marquee game of the day, as 17th-ranked Texas on 17th-ranked Texas Tech takes on 17th-ranked Houston takes on 14th-ranked Texas Tech in the Southwest Showcase. That game is in Fort Worth. For our two final games this evening, both at 6 o'clock, Washington takes on second-ranked Baylor, and number 25 Michigan hosts Oakland. That does it for our look around the nation. Scott and Chuck are standing by with our first half stats. The Georgia Power Halftime Report continues next, right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum, we're at the half as Georgia leads Florida A&M on opening day for the Bulldogs. We finally got to an opening day, and the Dogs are leading by 1 at intermission, 38-37. Let's take a look at the first half numbers, brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. Learn more at northside.com. So the Bulldogs in the first half ended up shooting 39%, 12 of 31. Florida A&M, 52%. They were 17 of 33. The Dogs were just 2 of 13 on three-point shots, 15%. Florida A&M 1 for 6 on three-pointers. That's 16.7%. The Dogs got to the foul line a good bit, 12 of 17, 70.5%. The Rattlers just 2 of 5 from the foul line, 40%. Rebounding totals in that first half, Georgia +3 on the glass, 21-18. Turnovers, 8 for the Dogs, 6 for Florida A&M. Leading scorers in the ball game, Andrew Garcia, one of our graduate transfers on this team, with 11 points, the only Bulldog in double figures. Kristen Brown has 8, and Severe Wheeler with 7. Leading scorers for Florida A&M are Randolph and Moraine, each with 10 points in the contest. It's 38-37, Georgia leading the Rattlers. Second half is on the way next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Hey, Georgia Bulldogs, some of us may be cheering from home this season. Maybe you've got the big TV and game time snacks, but no room to cheer. No sweat. You've got options. When you work with Rocket Mortgage, you see all your options right up front. From down payments to closing costs, you know what fits your budget. So, if you need a home big enough for your whole team, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Today's horoscope brought to you by Geico.
People will take note of your sunny disposition, Sagittarius. That's because you just switched to Geico and discovered you could save hundreds of dollars a year on car insurance. However, your newfound inner glow may prompt unfounded rumors. Did you get a promotion? Or you want a juice cleanse? Did they give you too much anesthesia at your dentist appointment? Your secret is safe with us, Sagittarius.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
If I learned one thing from this great game of baseball, it's that she'll humble you. You think you've got it figured out, you check the standings, and you're in last place again. I'm Eric Rubino, Fantasy Baseball GM, and I can put my team in position to win every single time, but I can't play the games, people. At least Progressive's Name Your Price tool has options based on my budget. It never lets me down, unlike my pitching staff. Amateurs!
Get options based on your budget with Progressive, even if you're not a legend in your own mind. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Along with Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard back courtside, masked up here at Stegman Coliseum for opening day. Adam Gillespie is our producer-engineer, also courtside, and Zach Jewell is in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. That's our crew today, and Chuck, after a half, we're up a point, 38-37.
Yeah, and we really, we got off to such a great start. You thought, boy, if this continues, this will be over at halftime. Boy, were we wrong. We need to get back to the way we came out of the gate, particularly when it comes to shooting the basketball. We made our first 5 shots before we missed. And I'm not saying you're going to make every shot, but what I am saying is we need to be a whole lot better shooting the basketball.
Something else we should throw in before we get started here, the kickoff time for Georgia's next football game against Vanderbilt on Saturday has been established. 4 o'clock kick at Sanford Stadium this coming Saturday, December 5th. And Vanderbilt also fired their head coach today, Derek Mason.
Beautiful.
Dogs' first play goes into Ty Fagan. A spin move on the block. A little one-handed jumper is good by Fagan.
Yeah, you don't think of Ty as a post player, but that was exactly where they had him situated.
And he had 8 rebounds in the first half, a career best. He's got 6 points in the ball game. Rattlers with their first possession. Handoff, top of the key, in the circle. Missed a straight-on jumper. Kyer gets the rebound, works it 1-on-3, runs the floor, throws it up, won't good. Fagan with the tap in, it won't go. Rebound to FAMU. The Rattlers push it up the floor left to right in a hurry, get it in deep underneath. A running layup, Bryce Moraine. He's got 12 points. He's their leading scorer now. 40-39. Dogs with a 1-point lead in the ball. The little fella, Wheeler, attacks, runs into a double team, backs it up to the foul line, kicks it out right for a 3 from Tumani. Kamara misses it off the rim. Rebound to FAMU. Three-point ball, right corner by the Rattlers, won't go. 1 and out for them. Rebound, Wheeler sprints down the floor, drives into the lane, dishes to his left to Fagan, slides under the basket, and lays it up from the right side of the iron.
That was a nice little two-man game down the lane.
Fagan with 8 points and 8 boards, and a 42-39 Georgia lead. Rattlers in green. Randolph with the ball, spins in the paint, turnaround fadeaway 2 is good, and he got fouled. They'll count the basket and give him a 3-point opportunity. Wheeler whistled for the foul. That'll be his second. And that'll put MJ Randolph, who had 8 points, 6 boards, and 3 steals in their previous game against Florida Gulf Coast on Wednesday, back at the line to shoot free throws, or at least one, and he sinks it all net. Good. He's got 13 points now. He's their leading scorer. So Randolph and Moraine doing the bulk of the offensive work for the Rattlers. Dogs bounce it through the needle to Wheeler at the elbow. He slides across the lane, pushes up a 14-footer, and misses it. We missed the rebound as well. Rattlers with a basketball. Their guy falls down.
Slipped now.
Wet spot down there. Yeah, Cameron Reeves fell down as he was trying to shoot.
I thought they were going to call a push or something. I was going to say, no, he didn't get pushed. He just slid. So they got the call right. He traveled.
Rattlers turn it over. Dogs ball. A 1-2-2 for Florida A&M. Wheeler through the logo. High lob pass to P.J. Horn on the near side. Horn across the top of the key. The pass goes far side of the floor to Fagan. Ty will back it out in front of the Georgia bench across the way. And as he tries to attack, they foul. Right at the elbow, Reeves whistled for the foul. That's his second. And the Dogs will inbound from side court.
P.J. Horn, came out of Virginia Tech in the ACC, but so far we got no points, 1 rebound, and no assists, no blocks.
Wheeler trapped and double teamed near the half court line, steps through, finds Fagan open for a 3. Sweet left-hander, good. Fagan for 3. He gets into double figures with 11. That's another Scana Energy 3-point basket. That one for Ty Fagan. That's only our 3rd of the ball game. See if we can cook up a few more of those in this half. 17 minutes to go in the game. 45-42. Georgia with a 3-point lead. Rattlers have the ball. The shot clock's down to 7. Randolph fires left corner. They go underneath to the big guy. Wow, he floats underneath, lets it fly. DJ Jones at 6'9", just let it fly right out of his hand, and it rattles in there good.
No defense. I mean, nobody was defending.
Dogs go inside and called for a travel. Was that Kyer?
It was
Kyer that called for the walk. And we turn it over. It's a 1-point lead for the Dogs, 45-44. Anthony Jordan, one of our 3 officials, making that last call. Rattlers diagonally across the timeline into the front court, down to the right end of the floor from our vantage point. Kamara almost got a steal for the Dogs, knocked the ball loose, but the Rattlers chase it down. Shot clock ticking down to 10. Jones steps out, left baseline. Line drive 2 is no good. A foul on the play by Kamara. That's unfortunate. Tumani's 3rd of the ball game. And that'll put the Rattlers on the foul line. DJ Jones, 6'9", 200. He's long and lean. Transfer from Tulane, a redshirt senior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He had 9 points and 4 boards in their season opener on Wednesday. Left-handed shooter, puts it up and misses it off the back and the left side of the iron. No good. Garcia and Brown back in for the Dogs, and Horn and Kyer go out. Jones, second free throw. That one finds the bottom. Good. He's got 7 points in the ball game, and we're tied at 45. Fagan walks it up to half court, got it across the line to Brown. He's lost the ball in the lane, sits down on the floor, recovers it, gets it out on the perimeter. They go into the right corner to Garcia. He attacks against 3 Rattler defenders, and one of them fouls. And I think it's on DJ Jones, the big, long, lean, 6'9", redshirt senior forward, commits the foul. That's his third. Dogs will throw it in on the right baseline as Brown feeds it into Fagan. Gives it to Wheeler. Severe being chased by 2 guys. They're trying to push him out back towards the half-court line. Over to Kamara. Tumani attacks left side to the rack. Layup good, nice. Tumani.
Good aggressive move. Use the glass. Beautiful.
47-45. Dogs with a 2-point lead. Rattlers now with the ball. They work down to the far right end of the floor here at Stegman on opening afternoon. Randolph with a crossover dribble. He attacks, pushes his defender back, and drives in and scores on a running layup. MJ Randolph now with 15 points in the ball game. Dogs get it down the floor in a hurry. Go inside to Garcia. He gets fouled near the basket. He's going to go to the line after the timeout. Free throws coming up for the Dogs, but a timeout first. 15:24 to go in the ball game. Georgia 47, Florida A&M 47. Back to Stegman in Athens after this. Bulldogs Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
This holiday season, give the gift of an energy-efficient home that will save your family and friends money. All Black Friday weekend, shop GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com for Georgia Power's biggest sale of the year on energy-efficient products, like the brand-new Google Nest thermostat, only $125 for qualifying Georgia Power customers. Shop deals on brands like Google, Honeywell, and Emerson, all on GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com. Georgia Power, the official energy partner of UGA Athletics.
Even before the victory celebration is over, great teams are back at it the next day, working to get even better. The team at Ford understands how hard work and dedication pay off. Over the last 30 years, Ford Explorer has been America's best-selling SUV. In fact, all Ford SUVs, like Explorer, Escape, and Edge, are built for victory. Score a great offer today at your local Ford dealer. Based on total cumulative OEM reported U.S. sales for all SUVs from calendar year 1990 through calendar year 2019.
Right now, come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers today for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers, and go Dogs. It's 47-47. Andrew Garcia will go to the foul line for Georgia to try to break that 47-all tie. He's got 11 points in the game.
Scott, at half, you know, they put on the video board that just a couple of, about 10 days ago, that Anthony Edwards being drafted #1 in the NBA, and what a great moment that was for Georgia basketball. And I think it makes the point not only to all great players in this state, but around the country that, you know, if you're a great player, you can come to the University of Georgia, get a great education, play for a coach that's going to help your game, and you can still achieve your dreams. Anthony Edwards came as the guy that they thought would be the #1 pick. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on him. He had only one way to go, and that was down. And, you know, and Tom Crean and his staff did a great job with him. He ends up being the first pick in the NBA draft.
Garcia foul shot is good. Yeah, it certainly paid off. He had a terrific season last year, averaging 20 points a ball game for the Dogs. His Michigan State game and the Chaminade game over in Maui last year, certainly a couple of the highlights of his season, as Garcia hits both foul shots,
you know,
and he's got 13 points.
We'll never forget that game against Michigan State, and neither will Tom Izzo.
Dogs were down a bunch, almost came back to win that thing. Here it's 49-47, Georgia with a 2-point lead. We've got 15:09 to play in the ball game on opening day for Georgia. On November 29th, Rattlers throw it away. Wheeler with the steal. Severe going to drive, penetrate, lobs it to the rim to Fagan. He comes down on the floor, goes back up and lays it up and in. Ty Fagan working on a double-double. got 9 rebounds and 13 points. He needs one more board for his first career double-double on opening day. I was going to say,
I'd go out on a limb and tell you that'd be his first.
Air ball by the Rattlers. They try to save it over the inline. They do into Wheeler. Long pass up ahead. Look who, Ty Fagan, got behind the defense and laid it up and in with a beautiful length of the floor pass by Georgia. 53-47 Dogs on a little run. And Robert McCullum going to call a timeout for Florida A&M, and we will too. 14:23 to go here in Athens. Georgia pushed it out to a 6-point lead over Florida A&M. Back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Georgia Bulldogs, let's talk about your home game setup. You're probably watching from your living room, which might double as your home office, and maybe even a bedroom. Well, with rates at historic lows, it's a great time to refinance with Rocket Mortgage and get cash out of your home. Cash which you can use to remodel a basement or a den into the ultimate fan cave. When you're ready to upgrade your home game, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
This holiday season, hurry into the Road Home sales event and conquer any terrain on your trip back with the remarkably versatile BMW X3, the spacious BMW X5, or the iconic 3 Series. This year, don't just take the road home, truly experience it in the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event for exceptional offers today.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund, and Scana says, go Dogs. This afternoon, Dogs working hard to try to get that 3 to drop. They're 3 out of 15 so far, so not great numbers. Florida A&M 1 of 8 on their 3-pointers. That's a lot of points in the paint for both teams today.
Well, yeah, and you know what? For Georgia, we're about, what is that? About 13% below where we'd like to be from behind the arc. I do think it'll be better. I think P.J. Horn is a much better player than what we're seeing from him. So far, no points, no rebounds, 1 assist. That young man is just, I think he may be pressing a little bit. And that may be the case for a lot of these new additions, and there are 8 of them,
Well, I mean, this is, you kind of on-the-job training here. There were no exhibitions for anybody. So all of our work as we steal the ball with Tumani, lob it up ahead. Fagan comes in for a one-handed jam. Fagan, look at that smile on Ty Fagan. He's got something to prove this year, doesn't he?
Well,
55-47, Dogs on a 10-2 run.
I'm loving it, Scott, because I heard so much during the offseason from this coaching staff about how much he had improved.
Rattlers jumper in the circle. Off the rim once. It comes down. Kamara saves the rebound under the basket over the inline into Wheeler. Severe dribbles. Left-handed pass. Bounce pass to Fagan along the baseline. Reverse lay-in. Fagan good. They can't stop Ty Fagan. He's up to 19 points and 9 rebounds here this afternoon. What an opening day for Ty Fagan from Logtown, Georgia.
And watch when the ball changes hands. Watch how quickly he gets out to run the floor.
He is on the break. You're right about that. DJ Jones, line jive, baseline 2. Good from the left side in front of the FAMU bench to quiet Georgia's run. 57-49 now. Georgia had gotten back up to double digits with that run. It was at 10 before that jumper by the Rattlers. Now we'll work again. Spin move, Wheeler in the lane. Jump pass to the right side to Kamara. Missed the 3. Rebound off the tip of the front edge of the rim to Randolph. He's running the floor. He misses the layup. The ball is knocked out almost to half court saved by the Rattlers. Plenty of time on the shot clock. They'll get another opportunity here. 15 to shoot. They back it up on the left wing with Reeves. Now give it to Randolph. They set a screen for him. Fagan tried to fight through the screen, and they call an offensive foul. Illegal screen.
Well, he slid his hip out to block him as he was coming through.
Robert McCallum going to discuss it with Anthony Jordan, the official who made the call. They didn't necessarily agree with it, but Big Johnny Brown, that's his 4th foul, too. That's probably why he was a little disgruntled. So Brown leaves the game with 4 fouls, and they'll bring in Bruce Moraine. He didn't get a whole lot of rest on the bench there. Moraine, one of their leading scorers today with 12 points. 57-49 Dogs. Georgia looking for more here. Starks is in the ballgame. Michael Starks, 6-foot junior transfer, JUCO product from Miami. And the Dogs turned it over.
And what's ironic about that, that's 2 of the veterans that have been together for a year. Damani was trying to pass it to Christian. Christian just miscommunicated.
Ball went out of bounds right in front of our bench. Rattlers with the ball. They're down 8 now. It was tied at 45, but Georgia pushing out to a double-digit lead a few moments ago. Here's Jones with a soft touch from out front. Long 2 by the big man, 57-51. Georgia's lead is now 6. Jones trying to heat up a little bit. He's got 9 points. Kyer dribbles the basketball back and forth across the top of the key. Kamara, he's determined to hit a 3, but he can't. Brown got the rebound on the miss. His putback is no good. There's Garcia to clean up the mess. Garcia, 3rd time the charm. He's got 15 in the game. 59-51. Dogs missed a 3 and a putback, and then Garcia got the bucket. And then the Dogs foul on the other end.
Well, that's where McCollum's complaining with Jordan paid off. Anthony Jordan gave him that call.
They got Kyer for the foul, rather, and we'll get into a timeout with 11:30 remaining in the ball game. Georgia with an 8-point lead, 59-51 over Florida A&M on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Across the Northside Hospital system, our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside leads the Southeast in innovative procedures. Since 2005, we've performed nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries. Our board-certified surgeons are acclaimed for non-invasive techniques. Their confidence and compassion await you at Northside. For complex surgeries, choose the best surgeons. Learn more at northside.com.
It was the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Through December 8th, you can earn 4 times the fuel points on gift cards for holiday shopping. Just download your digital coupon. Restrictions apply. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great race, we gave this game day jam surprisingly great lyrics.
I saved a lot this year because I called the pros. I am calling State Farm. I gotta make the phone call. We got that coverage here. Protect your car at home. I am calling State Farm. I gotta make the phone call. You can just call now. There's a little bit of great race with a little bit of great J. Look at my quote now.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No one gets you closer to SEC sports than Sirius XM. You can tune into shows on SEC Radio hosted by Peter Burns, Chris Doring, Aaron Murray, plus get conference news, analysis, and more from off-season through postseason. You're covered. Your team is covered anywhere you go, and now you can try them out for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM. Dogs 59, Rattlers 51 with 11:30 to play. And it'll be Florida A&M's ball as they were almost huddling up in the tunnel down there. Not quite sure where they were going. But the benches are all spread out. The chairs that make up the bench, rather, are all spread out. Just the floor in general looks a lot different. the way they've had to establish a new scorers table, and we've moved around and just playing under different conditions this year.
But we're playing.
We are playing, yes. Finally, we get to opening day for Georgia. Rattlers with a basketball, and the Dogs chase them and try to trap at half court. And a foul called on Christian Brown. As soon as Jalen Spear got that ball, well, we had two players converge on him. Christian got whistled for the foul, however. A little bit of a hip check. That's his second. Team's fourth. And the Rattlers will inbound front court on the near side. Bounce it in. Garcia went for the steal, didn't get it. Moraine drives inside the foul line, pulls up for a soft, straight-on jumper. Good.
Yeah, he paid the price of missing the steal.
You are correct. 14 points for the Rattler forward, Bryce Moraine. 59-53. They're creeping back into it. Garcia attacks, left-hand dribble under the basket. In the semicircle, fights to get the ball from down low. He put it down low, and the Rattlers were trying to tie him up. They got whistled for a foul.
And he was about to get called, for camping out in there when he started up with it, and then they fouled him as he started up.
And Garcia to the line, the transfer from Stony Brook. With 15 points in the ballgame, he's the Dogs' second leading scorer this afternoon behind Fagan, who has 19.
But Scott, you are so right. When you get the ball in where he had it, the last thing you want to do is go down with it because there are so many hands available to get down there with it.
That's a common mistake that big men make as Garcia hits both foul shots. He's got 17 in the game. And Georgia's lead is 8, 61-53. Here's Reeves in the front court for the Rattlers. They're in green and orange. The Dogs in white and a little bit of black and red along the side of the uniforms. They lob it underneath the basket. It's caught by Moraine. We block his shot to a Rattler teammate, though. I couldn't see who tipped it away from them originally, and they hit a jumper from the left side. Good. That's Jalen Spear falling down and sliding on the seat of his pants over on the sideline after he hit the shot. First points of the second half for Spear, the 6'1 freshman guard from Gainesville, Florida. 61-55 Dogs. We've got the ball. Michael Starks, overhead pass, top of the key to Christian Brown. Fires a three, backs up after he let it fly, and it clanked off the back of the rim. Rattlers get the basketball. We're 3 of 18 on three-pointers today. Randolph trying to back his man down, dips under Brown, will put it up and shoot, no good. Offensive rebound, Florida A&M, and they got Christian Brown up in the air on a putback attempt, and he comes down on one of the Florida A&M players and is whistled for the foul. That's his third now. Starks and Brown will check out. Jaquan Walton back in the ball game. Our 5 on the floor will be Wheeler and Walton, Garcia, Kyer, and McMillan. Tyron McMillan, one of the new faces, 6'9", 210, junior college transfer from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or from New Orleans, Louisiana, rather. 61-55, Dogs with the lead. Rattlers with the ball. They almost turned it over. Able to maintain the possession. MJ Randolph will shoot it over Jaquan Walton. Just to the right of the lane, knocks down about a 15-footer. That's good. Randolph now with 17 points. He's the leading scorer in the game for the Rattlers, and they've drawn to within 4. We had a 10-point lead a few moments ago on a little surge, but the Rattlers have chewed it away. Kyer, bounce pass, nice, thread the needle to Garcia, leans towards the basket, strides and stretches, puts it up and in good. That was a nice pass by
it was. Good look inside.
The Bulldogs there. And Garcia now with 19 points. He matches Ty Fagan's numbers. Steal by the Dogs. Kyer, alley-oop to McMillan. He'll finish the deal. Pass was a little bit behind him, but he plucked it out of the air, and McMillan able to finish it while he was still in the air. He gets the dunk.
Kyer did a great job, active hands with the steal. And then, like you said, pass was a little askew, but it paid off.
Baseline 2 by the Rattlers. Won't go from the left side. Rebound, Kyer hooks it over to his left to Wheeler. He drives, he scoops, misses it off the glass. Garcia the rebound. Oh, and they call a tied jump ball. They tied up Garcia under the basket. And where's the possession arrow? FAMU has it.
They have it.
I don't see the arrow. It's on the scoreboard, I guess, yes. It used to be at the scorer's table or across from us where we could see it. But Rattlers have the possession.
They will eventually, I'm told, have the electronics back out on these scorers tables.
Yes, because there's advertising dollars to be made.
Exactly.
65-57, Georgia's leading. And Brown going to check back in for Florida A&M, playing with 4 fouls. Rattlers inbound and bring it up the length of the floor. Fagan back on the floor for the Dogs as well. He's having a whale of a day. 19 points and 9 rebounds. 1 rebound away from his first career double-double. Rattlers with the ball and 10 to shoot. Randolph, head fake, drives by Walton, drives in, runs into another defender. That was Ty Fagan. And they got the foul on Walton for the Dogs. And we'll get into a timeout after that play as the clock ticks to 7:59. The under-8 timeout is happening right now with Georgia leading Florida A&M 65-57. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black. Grab your foam finger and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Bulldog fans, if you need a home loan to fit your team and budget, Rocket can. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. And did you know that right now Geico is offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Visit geico.com to learn more. Along with Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard back courtside at Stegman Coliseum on opening day for the Georgia men's basketball team. And Tom Crean's 3rd season, his Dogs are up 65-57 on Florida A&M. Georgia's had a couple of double-digit leads today. The largest lead for Georgia was 11 early on in the ball game at 13-2. They built a 10-point lead just a few moments ago in this half after a 14-4 run to break a 45-45 tie, but Florida A&M, Chuck, doesn't seem to go away. They're just kind of hanging around.
They are. They're a tough, scrappy bunch, and right now that young man that's at the line, MJ Randolph, I keep thinking, boy, he'd look good in a Bulldog uniform.
He's got 17, looking for number 18 at the foul line, and he'll have to wait another attempt as he misses his first try here. Yeah, Randolph is 8 of 12 from the floor today.
Yeah, he's been tough to deal with.
But this is an area of improvement for him. He misses both foul shots. He's 1 for 6 from the line today. That could be costly. He's got 8 rebounds as well for their team. And he's their category leader. There was a lane violation on Georgia. And they're going to give Randolph another attempt here.
Another attempt to work at what he needs work at.
Right-handed shooter, and he made that one. So that cost the Dogs. We gave him a free chance. He's got 18 points. And it's a 65-58 score. Dogs lead. Wheeler dribbles hard, passes to his right to Walton. Misses a three on the right wing. Rebound to the Rattlers. 65-58 with Florida A&M's possession. They work down on the far right end of the floor. 7:35 to go in the contest. Georgia may play again on Wednesday. We'll find out later. As the Rattlers miss a straightaway three. The rebound picked up by Wheeler in the far corner. The sophomore from Houston brings it up into the front court. Now backs it away from the defender now on the far side of the floor. Right-hand dribble, now slow dribble with the left. Now he attacks down the lane. Bounces it off to Fagan underneath. Reverse lay-in, Ty Fagan. We've seen that a number of times today. Fagan now with 21.
Ty Fagan is as good along the baseline as any player you'll see.
He and Wheeler have been practicing. 21 career high for Fagan. He's also got a career best 9 rebounds. Randolph attacks inside. We knock the ball out of his hands. It's loose. It's going to bounce out of bounds at half court on the far side of the floor. Last touched by the Rattlers. It'll be the Dogs' ball. I think Wheeler started that whole play. He knocked the ball out of the possession of M.J. Randolph, and then off everybody went chasing for it.
I want to see Ty get that one more rebound, get that double-double.
67-58 Georgia. Dogs will try to go back up double figures here on this possession. Wheeler into a double team, turns it over instead, and then fouls. Cameron Reeves picked his pocket. Wheeler may have tweaked his ankle or something, but he's up and okay. Foul on Sevier. That's number 3 on the Georgia guard. And that's the 7th team foul, so it's a 1-and-1 now for Florida A&M and Cameron Reeves, who last year shot 75% from the foul line. And these are his first free throw attempts in this ball game. He's got 9 points. Right-handed shooter, free throw is good.
He shot that like a 75% free throw shooter.
Yeah, like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, like he'd been there before.
That's his first point of the second half. Gives him 10 for the game. He'll try to make it a 7-point deficit for his guys. Free throw in the air, good. Reeves hits a pair. It's 67-60 Georgia. 6:38 to go in the ball game. As I was saying, Georgia may play again on Wednesday since we are a game short from last Wednesday, which was canceled. I'm trying to find a replacement to keep the schedule number at the
that was nice.
As Wheeler lob pass to the rim, and McMillan had sneaked in their back door and got underneath, caught it up in the air, came down, and then laid it up and in. McMillan with 5. Tyron McMillan, 6'9" and 220. A JUCO transfer for the Bulldogs to make it 69-60. 3-point attempt by the Rattlers. Just to the left of the circle, won't go. Rebound Walton, and they foul him. Jaquan got fouled. Jameer Williams commits the foul. That's only their 6th, so the Dogs will get possession in bound and bring it up the length of the floor. Wheeler trots it through the logo, right to left here in the second half. Horns back in for the Dogs. PJ's set up camp on this near side, gets a cross-court pass, catch and shoot. 3,
there
it's
you
good.
go.
There's
there
another
you go.
Scana Energy 3-point basket for PJ Horn.
That's what we've been looking for, and those are his first points as a Georgia Bulldog. Former Virginia Tech ACC player.
And they put the Dogs up a dozen, 72-60 with that big 3 from PJ Horn. DJ Jones out of the right corner, through the paint, throws it up with the left hand, going across his body, and that's good. He's got 11 points, 72-62. Dogs by 10, 5:10 to go in the game. Wheeler handles the dribble, trying to direct some traffic as well. Finds Fagan, top of the key. Ty, crossover, spin move, foul line, kick out, right side. Wheeler for 3, no good, back iron. Rebound, Rattlers. Here's Spear driving down the lane all the way to the rack and a layup good. We got up in the air, tried to block it, didn't get it.
Well, they beat our defense back. I mean, that was just a little more hustle on the guys in the green and orange.
72-64. Georgia's lead is 8. We've got the ball with 4:35 to go in the game. Fagan to his left to Horn, about 6 feet away. Horn looking, finds a teammate top of the key. That's Big McMillan. He'll hand it off to Severe Wheeler with 4 on the shot clock. Double team. They swipe the ball loose. It's loose on the floor. A late foul, a push with 1 second left on the shot clock.
They bailed us out. They bailed us out.
Fouls on Florida A&M, and that's on Williams again. Jameer Williams from Noonan, Georgia, redshirt freshman guard, whistled for the foul with 1 second left in a loose ball scramble.
If he'd have just backed away, I guess he wasn't aware how much time was left on that shot clock. But there was nothing Severe could have done.
Well, what Severe will do now is go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Free throw number 1 is up and in. His first point of the second half. He's got 6 in the ball game. Wheeler with 11 assists today, Chuck. 11. He had the freshman record last year of 139, beating the old mark set by Laterral Green back in 1989 of 133.
Well, he's just, first off, he's a great kid. Secondly, he's just so much fun to watch.
He made the first foul shot, missed the second, and the Rattlers got the rebound. Georgia's lead is 9, 73-64. 3-point ball from the right corner is going to be short off the side of the rim. Rebound Horn for the Dogs. And Wheeler will walk it into the front court. Dogs with 3:53 to go, leading 73-64. Wheeler straight on, attack, spins in the circle. Tried to thread the needle, bounce pass to Fagan again, one too many times. Rattlers ready for it. They'll run the floor. Reverse lay-in is no good. And a whistle and a foul on the Dogs. They'll have to earn it at the line. The foul on Tumani Kamara. That's his 4th. And that gets us into a timeout with 3:40 to play in the contest. It's Georgia 73, Florida A&M 64. Timeout. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Every Georgia fan knows that playing at home is an advantage, but when you're ready for a home, the competition can be fierce. A verified approval letter from Rocket Mortgage can help. It tells sellers that your offer is good, helping your bid compete with cash buyers and giving you an edge in the home buying market. So, when your finances need a home field advantage, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information appraisal and title report. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Even before the victory celebration is over, great teams are back at it the next day, working to get even better. The team at Ford understands how hard work and dedication pay off. Over the last 30 years, Ford Explorer has been America's best-selling SUV. In fact, all Ford SUVs, like Explorer, Escape, and Edge, are built for victory. Score a great offer today at your local Ford dealer. Based on total cumulative OEM reported U.S. sales for all SUVs from calendar year 1990 through calendar year 2019.
73-64. The Dogs are in front of Florida A&M, their opening day opponent here in Athens. It's time for our Regions game recap, brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. So Georgia had a 38-37 lead at halftime. And then here in the second half, we had a 14-4 run to break a 45 all tie and give the Dogs a double-digit lead, their second of the ball game. And then the Rattlers kind of whittled it back down. And then we got up by a dozen, 72-60. And right now it's at 9 points, 73-64. Leading scorers in the ball game, Ty Fagan for the Dogs. Career high numbers here, 21 points and 9 rebounds. And Andrew Garcia the graduate transfer from Stony Brook, has 19 points. He's 9 of 10 from the foul line.
Scott, the Dogs have had to scrap to stay in this thing, and they've trailed in this game. This will pay dividends later on for them. They've learned as a new team getting together, stay after it, keep working hard, and scrap hard, and good things will happen for you.
That's what M.J. Randolph was hoping at the foul line there, but he just missed another one. He's now 2 of 8 at the free throw line. He's our leading scorer this afternoon, but can't drop him at the free throw line, although he does that one. He missed one, he made one. He's got 19 points now for the Rattlers, and they come with defense and pressure in the backcourt. Fagan and Kyer back and forth in the backcourt. Overhead pass across the timeline to Wheeler. One hands one to Horn. They foul him. He slides underneath, lays it up and in. They whistle off the basket. They'll call the foul instead, and Bryce Moraine is slow to get up as he came crashing down on the floor.
I think he hurt his shoulder, but looks like he's all right.
It's going to put the Dogs at the free throw line. P.J. Horn, the Virginia Tech transfer. Talk about an improvement on three-point shots, Chuck. I know we've talked about the threes earlier today because neither team has really made any. Georgia 4 of 21, Florida A&M 1 of 11. But Horn, as a Virginia Tech sophomore, as he makes the free throw, made
ridiculous.
He made one three-pointer as a sophomore.
Yeah, but
then as a junior, he made 44 threes the next year.
Yeah, he went off.
He did. In practice somewhere. He went off in practice.
And his percentage was ridiculous too. It was like 50% from behind the arc.
He's got 4 points today. These first free throws he's taken this afternoon. And he swishes them both. And he's got a three-pointer to boot, so 5 in his debut as a Bulldog, 5 points for P.J. Horn, the 6'6", 230-pounder. 75-65, the Dogs lead by double digits again with 3:17 remaining. Rattlers turn it over. Ball got away from them, and Johnny Brown tried to save it on the near sideline, but the ball touched out of bounds, and they turned it over for the 12th time in the ballgame. Make it 13 turnovers now. Both teams with 13 turnovers. Kyer brings it across the timeline for the Dogs. The George Mason transfer. Hesitates. Now he starts the drive with a right-hand dribble. Kicks it out in the right corner to Wheeler. He spins around away from the defenders. Finds Kyer open for 3. It's good. Left wing 3 for Justin Kyer. And the Dogs extend the lead 78-65. And the Rattlers trying to run the floor, throw it away. They tried a long pass. The length of the floor went out of bounds under the basket. The Dogs will bring it up with 2:50 to go.
Need to get Ty a rebound here, Scott.
Well, he's on the floor. I don't know if I want us to miss a shot, though. Maybe get a defensive rebound out on the other end.
See, that's the problem with you. You're not a team guy. See, I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
Yes. Here's Wheeler. Behind a screen from Garcia. 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot. Kyer head fake and a drive. Floater with a left hand, won't go. Shot clock expired. Did the ball touch the iron? I never saw it touch the rim. They're still playing. Garcia tries to put it up, blocked from behind. And there's Ty Fagan who got the rebound. There's number 10.
Thank goodness.
Double-double for Ty Fagan.
How about that?
Now the officials are going to stop play for a second. They're going to check the video monitor. I'm not sure that when all that action was going on, that it ever actually touched the iron. But it took a while. If that's what they're looking at, Doug Shows and Rob Rourke are going to go down far to our right and take a look at the video monitor. Try to reset here with 2:11 to go. It could be a clock situation. I'm not sure what they're going to look at. Meanwhile, Anthony Jordan, the third official, will cradle the basketball and hang around in the middle of the floor.
Nobody plays while I'm holding the ball.
That's right. Both teams will huddle up. Georgia around its head coach on its bench. And also we should mention there's a new assistant coach for Georgia, Steve McClain, who you've talked to on several occasions.
Terrific guy. He and Coach Crean have been like best of friends for decades through their coaching careers. And when the opportunity came for him to come here and join this staff, I mean, he jumped at it.
He's the former head coach at Illinois Chicago. That's where he spent the last 5 years prior to coming to Athens. But he's got 18 years as a head coach. He was an assistant at Indiana with Tom Crean there for 5 years. And he replaces Joe Scott, who was a terrific assistant coach here, and is now the head coach at the Air Force Academy.
His second go-around as head basketball coach at the Air Force Academy.
78-65 is our score. Georgia leads by 13. Let's pause. Station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. So the officials have viewed the video monitor. I'm not exactly. They've got the clock. They took 4 seconds off the clock, so maybe that's what they were looking at. That was the only thing they were going to adjust. So there's 2:07 on the game clock and 7 seconds on the shot clock. Georgia will inbound quickly into Wheeler. The shot clock's at 5. He's way away from the basket. Oh, he got through traffic, down the lane. Windmill scoop shot, good. Oh, my goodness. How did he get that to go? He went right through 4 defenders and got to the rack and laid it up and in.
And then slid through the photographers underneath the basket.
My goodness. And Jones ruins our celebration down on the other end with a one-handed dunk. I want to go back and enjoy that Wheeler play some more. Man, was that good. 1:37 to go, 80-67. Georgia's lead is 13. Here goes Garcia. They grab his arms. He'll muscle it up and score anyway.
Yeah, he's a strong young man.
He got some big old arms. Yeah, you can't just grab it. You're going to have to grab his whole body to keep that one from going in. But he made the basket, gets the foul. He's got a three-point opportunity coming up. He'll go to the line here for one. 82-67, Georgia pulling away here in the finish. And Garcia with an impressive debut as a Bulldog. 21 points, make it 22 with the free throw. 22 for Garcia, 21 for Fagan, a double-double for the first time for the Logtown Georgia junior. And a three-pointer by the Rattlers and a quick timeout. Right wing three by Cameron Reeves. And they call a time with 1:19 to go, and it's 83-70 now. So Georgia had a 16-point lead there for a few seconds. We haven't seen that the whole game. I mean, it was a struggle just to get the lead at all.
Well, you know what? Listen, this was a good opening game for the Georgia Bulldogs. They're going to be tested in a couple of areas, and they're going to walk out of here with a victory. It'll only help them. And you can see where this team is still, learning each other's idiosyncrasies on the floor. That'll come together. We should have, hopefully by the time we get to the end of December, 7 games to work through all of that and be tested some more. But we'll find the guys that we can depend on for the clutch threes. We'll find the guys that we can depend on to help us on the boards. And we'll find the guys that can help us defend the floor.
Well, Georgia's trying to add a game for Wednesday. That's not official yet as we inbound against defensive pressure. Wheeler's cross-court pass to Fagan is good. They went for the steal, didn't get it. To Garcia. To Jackson Etter, the walk-on in the game. They call a charge on the Dogs to wipe out the play as Etter scored at the end of it. And they got Garcia for the charge. Anyway, Georgia's trying to add that game Wednesday. If they're unable to do it, which they probably will is what we're told, we'll still play Jacksonville. That's the next game officially scheduled for Friday night at 7 o'clock, December 4th. And then it's a series of home games leading up to the SEC opener.
Yeah, Montana coming in the following week.
Georgia does not have any non-conference road games this year. There's a foul on Sevier, I think, on the jumper by the Rattlers. And it's a foul on a three-point attempt, and that will put the Rattlers at the line. Jalen Spear, the freshman guard, at the line for 3 free throws. Wheeler commits his 4th foul of the ball game. 58 seconds to go. Dogs lead by 13. Free throw number 1 up and in for Spear. That's good. He's got 7 in the contest. Second free throw, all net. the Rattlers will stay on the road for a long time. They've got South Florida coming up in their next game on Friday. Then they go to Nebraska. They go to Oklahoma. They come back closer to home, go to Georgia Tech, and then they end up going to South Carolina. All 3 free throws, by the way, Spear good. 83-73. It's a 10-point lead, less than a minute to go.
We do not play Georgia Tech this year. Tech is already 0-2.
Wheeler going to take it coast to coast, split the defense, drive to the rack, and lay it up with a left hand good. Boy, he's good at that.
He is. We saw it all last year, and often in disbelief, and we still have trouble sometimes believing that he made some of those shots that he goes in and acrobatic around the rim.
That's why they put 2 and 3 guys on him, because one can't stop him. They didn't impede his progress. He went all the way to the backboard. He's got a dozen points. 85-73 Dogs. 3-point ball by Spears, an air ball, missed it to the left, and the ball's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Dogs. 85-73. Georgia 38 ticks away from winning another season opener. Little fellow with a ball in his hands. He'll trot it to the half-court line. Spear guards in a man-to-man. He just got his back to the defender, kind of dribbling away from him. Keep the ball out of his reach. 22 seconds to go, 14 on the shot clock. Wheeler slowly walks across the logo. Garcia runs one way, Horn the other. Now Wheeler spins and drives, throws up a scoop shot, and is called for the travel as he tried to step through and split a double team.
You know, it wouldn't have counted, but you see how disappointed Sevier looked when it didn't go in?
Rattlers with the ball, final 10 seconds to go. Randolph all the way to the rim, off one leg, puts it up and in with a right hand going to the basket. Lost his shoe at the end of the play. Dogs will inbound to Fagan. He'll dribble out the rest of the clock, and the Dogs are a winner. 85-75 is your final, and Georgia starts the season with a victory over the Rattlers of Florida A&M. Both coaching staffs wave at one another. Handshakes not allowed. Masks on. Now get out of the arena. 85-75. We're going to stick around for a while because we've got post-game coverage as the team and the coaching staff is applauding the fans who are in attendance today. We can have about 1,600 or so in the building. It was a smaller crowd than that today, but the team and head coach Tom Crean applauding the effort of the fans as he walks back down the other end of the floor and says thank you to the folks that were here. Stay tuned now. It's our Regions postgame show coming up for you. Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions and visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll get all the stats and stories and numbers and hear from the head coach straight ahead here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs, and John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
The SEC taught us that anything is possible, that just when you think you've seen it all, you won't believe what happens next, that comebacks are not the makings of miracles, but are born out of preparation, perspiration, and perseverance. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we take these lessons to heart and strive to bring our best every single day. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with #SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
At
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back to Stegman Coliseum. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle back with you, and Adam Gillespie is our producer-engineer. Zach Jewell in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, as Georgia has won it today on opening day here in Athens, 85-75, defeating the Rattlers of Florida A&M. Georgia now 4-0 all-time against the Tallahassee school, Florida A&M, and the Dogs did it with a late finish here. It was a 1-point game at the half. And about, how much time was it? About 13 minutes or so, or maybe a little bit more than that. The game was tied at 45, and then that's when Georgia went on a 14-4 run and started to take control of the ball game. They built another double-digit lead, and then later in the ball game got up by as much as 16 before winning it by 10 today, Chuck, 85-75.
You know, we were so focused on Ty Fagan getting the double-double that we overlooked Sevier. Sevier got his first career double-double, and his 12 assists, that's the most by a Georgia player since G.G. Smith had 12 in 1999 against Vandy.
So Wheeler with a career high in assists with 12. He also had a dozen points. Ty Fagan with his first career double-double. He had career high numbers in points and rebounds today, 21 and 10. And Garcia with an impressive scoring debut. The graduate transfer from Stony Brook finished with a game-high 22 points in the ballgame.
Yeah, you see, that much better than he averaged at Stony Brook.
Yeah, 13, just over 13 points a game, his average last season. And it's his 6th career 20-point game for Andrew Garcia, who was impressive today.
And we mentioned during the game that, you know, I had asked Coach Crean about how far down the bench he felt comfortable, and he said he really didn't know yet, and that's something he was going to have to find out here in these early games. But obviously he felt pretty good with our bench today because Georgia's bench outscored Florida A&M's bench 37-2.
My goodness. Yeah, we got 13 players in the ballgame, and that includes Jackson Etter, the walk-on there late in the contest. As he got in and got a minute or so on the floor, but Georgia played everybody they had available today. So that was happening early on. We've seen that from Tom in his substitution pattern early on in the ball game. He'll get a lot of guys, and that's probably, hey, we're going to get you involved, get you in the ball game, get you lathered up a little bit, and then you kind of adjust on the fly from there.
Well, and on the fly is the key word because that's the way Tom Crean basketball is played. It's on the fly. I mean, it is up and down the floor. It is whip the ball around and find that open three. Obviously, we need to start hitting them better.
Yep.
We did not achieve that goal today. I think that will come. I think P.J. Horn, believe it or not, is going to be a key part to how we shoot the three this year.
Georgia out-rebounded the opponent today, shot a lot more free throws and shot them pretty well, better than, right at 77% today. And we ended up shooting almost 50% for the game. But as you point out, the three-point ball was not necessarily our friend today. So Georgia got it done in other ways as they win it 85-75 over Florida A&M. Stay tuned. We've got more to come. We'll select our IBEW player of the game. We'll hear from head coach Tom Crean, and we'll give you the final stats from today's ball game as well. Stick around. We've got more of the Regions post-game show. Brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Back after this, Georgia winner today, 85-75 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with hashtag SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
It was the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Right now, you'll find sizzling savings at the ground beef sale. Select varieties are 50% off with card. Pick up yours today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Three-point ball, right corner by the Rattlers, won't go. One and out for them. Rebound, Wheeler sprints down the floor, drives into the lane, dishes to his left to Fagan, slides under the basket, and lays it up from the right side of the iron.
That was a nice little two-man game down the lane.
That is our ultimate drive of the game, driven by BMW, and right now you can come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers today for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit bmwatl.com for great offers, and go Dogs. Back here at Stegman Coliseum, it's the Regions Bank locker room report. Georgia a winner 85-75 over Florida A&M. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. So, Chuck, let's select our IBEW player of the game. And how
about co-players?
We've got
we had two guys get their first career double-doubles.
All right, let's do it.
How about Ty Fagan and Severe Wheeler?
That's those are good choices. Severe really driving the boat today, finished with 12 points and a career-high 12 assists. And as Chuck told you, the most assists in a game by a Georgia player since G.G. Smith was on the roster here.
Yeah.
Back in the Tubby days in the mid and late 90s.
Yeah, Tubby Smith's son, Gigi, who played here and did a terrific job playing for the Georgia Bulldogs, playing for his dad, and had the last double-double, or I'm sorry, had the last 12-assist game against Vandy in '99.
And then Ty Fagan, our co-player, IBEW player of the game as well, blew out his previous career best with 21 points and 10 rebounds. His previous career high was 15 points and 6 rebounds. So both of those guys get double-doubles. Wheeler doing it with points and assists, and Fagan doing it with points and rebounds. And yet the leading scorer in the ballgame was Andrew Garcia, who had 22 for the Bulldogs today as they win it over Florida A&M 85-75. Let's take a look at the final stats brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Their surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and passion and compassion await you in Atlanta. You can learn more at northside.com. From a team standpoint, Georgia shot 48% in the ball game, 30 of 62. Florida A&M, 53%. They were 31 of 59. Georgia hit 23% of its three-point attempts, 5 of 22. The Rattlers just 15%. They were 2 of 13. At the foul line, the Dogs had a decisive edge there, 20 of 26, 77%. Florida A&M, 65% from the stripe, 11 of 17. Both teams pretty close in turnovers. The Dogs had 15 in the game. The Rattlers had 14 rebounds. Georgia gets that plus 7 on the glass, 36 to 29 on the boards. And as we said, the leading scorers in the ball game for Georgia, Andrew Garcia with 22, Ty Fagan with 21, and Severe Wheeler, with 12 points. Those were the only Bulldogs in double figures. The rest of the scoring for the Dogs, Christian Brown had 8. Justin Kier had 6 in his Bulldog debut. P.J. Horn finished with 5. Tyron McMillan finished with 5. Tumani Kamara had 4 points, and Jonathan Ned finished with 2 points. For the Rattlers, they had 4 players in double figures. Leading the way was M.J. Randolph, their junior guard, who finished with 21 points. Then they had a couple of guys with 14, although DJ Jones snuck in there with 15 points in the finish. He had 4 rebounds to go with that. The 2 guys with 14 were Bryce Moraine and Cameron Reeves. So the win makes Georgia 1-0 here on the season in their opening day, 85 to 75. The loss to Florida A&M drops their record to 0-2. So those are your final stats, brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. And we'll continue with more of the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll catch up with Coach Tom Crean here very soon following this Georgia victory on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
This holiday season, give the gift of an energy-efficient home that will save your family and friends money. All Black Friday weekend, shop GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com for Georgia Power's biggest sale of the year on energy-efficient products, like the brand new Google Nest thermostat, only $125 for qualifying Georgia Power customers. Shop deals on brands like Google, Honeywell, and Emerson, all on GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com. Georgia Power, the official energy partner of UGA Athletics.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
From a tiny blueberry to a towering Georgia pine, Georgia's agriculture products are as special and diverse as its people. Georgia Farm Bureau members stand for the values that bring Georgia together. We stand for strong communities and Georgia-grown products. We stand for family, faith, and keeping promises. We stand for you and your community. We stand together. Join today at gfb.org.
We are a Farm Bureau.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
The Regions Bank Locker Room Report rolls on from our Piedmont Healthcare Studios with a check of scores around the nation, starting with scores around the conference. A shocker from the Bluegrass State as the 10th-ranked Wildcats broke out with a rash of arachnophobia. They fell to the Richmond Spiders 76-64. South Carolina rebounds nicely from a loss yesterday to Liberty. They beat Tulsa 69-58. One of the game from the men's side today in College Station. Texas A&M is hosting New Orleans, and at halftime, the Aggies having no trouble leading 55-32. Checking in on top 25 action now. One game went final early. 23rd-ranked Ohio State handles UMass Lowell 74-64. First half action, 18th-ranked Arizona State beating Houston Baptist 27-12 with 11:45 to go in the first. Also in the first half, 24th-ranked Rutgers over Hofstra 16-11, 11:42 to go in half number one there. At 4:30, 11th-ranked Creighton hosts North Dakota State. The big game of the day at 5:30, 17th-ranked Houston and 14th-ranked Texas Tech will face off in the Southwest Showcase from Fort Worth. And finally, two games tonight at 6 o'clock. Second-ranked Baylor plays Washington and Las Vegas, and number 25 Michigan hosts Oakland also at 6 o'clock. Finally, heading down to the capital city, two games to tell you about. First up from McCamish Pavilion, the Lady Dogs went to overtime with the Jackets, but they pull out the win 75-69. And over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Falcons are handling the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. No problems there with 4:57 to go in the fourth. The Falcons up 43-6. We'll take another break here as we still wait on Coach Green to join us. The Regions Bank Locker Room report rolls on after these messages on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
If you thought you saw the last of the double cheeseburger pizza from Papa John's, think again, because it's back again. And now they're debuting the sequel as a Papadilla, a quarter-pounder beef, zesty burger sauce, and pickles on crispy flatbread crust. Again, one more time. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12, or a new double cheeseburger Papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Again. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
Sure, the players bring some skill to the game, but if I don't put them in my lineup, who cares? Not me. I'm Eric Rubino, fantasy baseball GM and league runner-up 2 of the last 9 years. I use the Progressive Name Your Price tool with options based on my budget. And for a guy that's used to being in control, it fits. Like this runner-up t-shirt. Champ gets a trophy, but you can't wear a trophy. Boom.
Get options based on your budget with Progressive, even if you're not a legend in your own mind. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
We are back on the Regions Locker Room Report following this Georgia victory today, 85-75, and I think we have Coach Tom Crean back in the locker room.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Yeah, tell us about this ball game, your thoughts on this 10-point victory on opening day.
Well, we wanted to we had no idea what to expect, and I know that sounds cliche-ish, but it just totally is. I mean, we hadn't played a game since March 10th and against somebody else, and that's why Wednesday night was so important, and with no exhibitions and scrimmages, but we didn't get it. So I'm proud of the way they came out and started the game. That we want to be a quick starting team. That was a very quick start for us. We were locked in. We had a great walkthrough this morning, and they were lively and energetic and ready to play against somebody else. But then reality sets in, and you are actually playing against somebody else. In practice, you can stop things, you can put X amount of possessions, and then change over. And we had to keep going, and these guys learned. And I thought the bottom line is we've got to do a better job challenging shots. We've got to use our length. We've got to get our stick hand, which is the shot challenge hand, up quicker, better, higher. We've got to do a much better job team defensive-wise in the sense of being in gaps. You know, our main coverage was going to be on any screen that we were going to what we call, blast the gap, shoot the gap, where the defender pushes the guy through. We trailed too many of those things. That played right into the hands of number 3. And they just got comfortable. But I think Coach McClain and Brian Fish's recommendation to me that we switch zone at that 14-minute mark and come out of the timeout there was really good. And it was a little bit of a momentum turner because we got the turnover, we got ourselves going, and that's a credit to the coaching staff. And it's fantastic. You know, Brian Fish in the games can't coach the kids, but he can coach the coaches, and he can coach the head coach. So those are the kind of things that really make a difference. But I'm glad we got it. I'm glad we found different ways to do it. We didn't shoot great. But Ty Fagan, I think, gets a career high. Andrew Garcia off the bench with 22. And as I said to the TV guys this morning when we had a Zoom, I think the most important thing that I can do as a coach, when you got 3 seniors in here, is make sure we don't overdo it with them on how we want them to play without and take away their instincts of how they best play. And so we kind of get it to morph as the season goes on. So today, Andrew Garcia did what he does, and he did it even more than what he's ever done in practice. He was a bull around that basket. I mean, he was attacking, and he was on the glass, and he was going up strong, and he was playing like the guy that we saw on film. And I think what will happen is you take that ability, and then you add even more perimeter ability, which he's going to get, and he's going to be that much better of a player. And so that's the kind of stuff that's got to happen. But bottom line, I told the team after the game as well, very early in this game, end of the first half and definitely in the second half, my whole mindset was about who's going to be able to guard people, all right, in a lockdown way, all right, and who is going to be able to play team defense by being in gaps, making sure they're talking and getting on that glass. So the most important thing, I mean, in a game like this, if you get enough stops, you're going to wear people down. And I'm not sure we did that, but I know we got stops when we needed them and we made shots when we needed them.
Coach, one of the things, I don't care if it was you I was talking to during the offseason or any member of your staff, one name I always heard from anybody that was talking about Georgia basketball during the offseason, and long as it was Ty Fagan.
Sure.
And we saw it. We saw why you were talking about it.
Yeah, he's improved. I mean, his athleticism improved. Now, he's going to improve defensively, as we all do. Because we put him in a lockdown mode on some of their better players, today in that second half. But he moves without the basketball. It's interesting you say that, Chuck, because last night when we got done, we haven't had much film, obviously, of us to show, right? So we give them a lot of clips from practice. Well, when we get together in a film session, I might show, okay, here's what our best guards over a period of time have played, or here's how our best bigs have played. Here's how we ran last year at Georgia. Here's what Nick Claxton did defensively, or handling the ball, all those things. Well, last night, the last tape we showed them was our cutting, our movement and our cutting tape. And I said, this is basically a Ty Fagan clinic video right here is what this is. I mean, but Anthony was in it, and Tumani, and Ray making passes, and Christian Brown, and Jordan Harris, teaching edits that we use. Well, Ty Fagan dominates the film. And in the cutting game, and he dominated the game with the cutting game today. And very proud of him. I mean, to get a career high like that. I think Tumani Kamara, he didn't make the shots and he had some foul issues, but to have a plus 20 in the game and to have 10 deflections showed really good things there. Severe played far more minutes than I wanted him to play today, but you get into the game and you just deal with what it is. But we could go on and on about the contributions that guys are making, and the good news is we get to turn back around hopefully on Wednesday and Friday and do it again.
And these will help you. I mean, there's no question. You got out of this game. You got a win, but you also got an opportunity to play. Everybody. Unfortunately, you weren't looking across the floor here at us. But I mean, you played.
I saw you over there, distance. Yeah. I caught you with your mask off a couple times.
You were. Playing,
I hope nobody caught me with mine off a couple times.
But you were playing everybody, and then you were tested. You had the lead. The lead got away. I mean, this in a lot of ways, this is sort of what you wanted.
Well, my stomach didn't want it. I mean, I can promise you that, and my nerves didn't want it. But yeah, at the end of the day, yes, absolutely. You want to find ways to win, and the more different experiences you can go through, And I did want to play everybody. I put Jackson Edery at the end of the game. I didn't take him out because I was nervous that we were going to lose. I wanted to play him earlier. I took him out because they were going to foul, and he hadn't shot any free throws, and I didn't want to put him in that. He hadn't shot any ball. And so I put PJ back in for that. But I did want to play everybody. But this thing is going to come down. We will, if we have strength in numbers, and we can press, and we can be aggressive, and we can get better defensively and get on and run that break, then we're going to get a lot better. But it's got to come from that defensive end. It's got to come from guys being able to challenge shots, hold people to one shot. That's the kind of stuff that we've got to build on. And we've got a group of guys that have done it in another school. Now they've got to do it here. And we've got some guys like Ty Fagan that can lead the way with coming in every day. He's not going to be shocked or surprised by many things.
Coach, nice job today. You got the win, and we hope to see you on Wednesday.
That's the plan.
A chance to pick up another one.
We appreciate everybody being here, and it's going to we'll all get used to it. Trust me, it was as foreign to me as anything could possibly be, and we're in this gym a lot, but we're all going to get used to it, and I appreciate everybody being here like this. And if we're at 18%, 17% on capacity this year, and we don't get to set our attendance record, like I said to you, Scott, at the beginning at the radio show in the pregame, and I know we're not going to get to do that. We cannot change our decibel levels. We cannot change our enthusiasm, our energy, how loud we can get, and we got to keep turning that up every day. And I just appreciate the way people come out and support it.
Let's do it. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Thanks, Coach. That's Tom Crean from the coach's locker room following this Georgia victory, 85-75 over Florida A&M. And as he pointed out, they hope to announce soon a game on Wednesday. I'm guessing it would be Wednesday night.
Yeah, and I was told that we will know by tomorrow, probably around noon, if that's going to take place.
There's definitely a game on Friday against Jacksonville.
Yeah, it sounds like to me, don't make plans for Wednesday night unless they're to be here.
Okay. And earlier today it was released that Georgia-Vanderbilt football will be a 4 o'clock kick in Athens on Saturday. So you should be up to date on all the times that are going on in the basketball and football. And I guess that's it for us here. And Zach is going to close out the broadcast back in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Zach Jewell, thank you today. Thanks to Adam Gillespie.
Always amazing when we get a whole game on the air with Adam, isn't it?
It is amazing. And thanks to you for keeping your headset on for most of the game.
Yeah, how about my mask?
You only talked to 3 or 4 people in the postgame, so we didn't have to chase you down too much. Chuck, we'll see you again on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Let's plan on it.
All right, sounds good. Your final score again from Stegman today on opening day for men's basketball, Georgia 85, Florida A&M 75. I'm Scott Howard. Zach Jewell is next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
And now another edition of Obvious News from Geico.
Obvious News!
A study says that soft talkers do not make great radio personalities. We asked local librarian Steve Sage about this, and here's what he said.
Honestly, I don't buy it. I think I make very captivating radio.
Also in Obvious News, Geico makes it easy to save money and easy to manage your policy with the Geico app. So switching is a really smart decision. How does Steve feel about this?
I love the Geico app. I use it all the time.
That's Obvious News from Geico.
Obvious News!
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Zach Jewell back inside our Piedmont Healthcare Studios. Dogs winners today in the season opener behind strong double-double efforts from Ty Fagan and Severe Wheeler, as well as a game-high 22 points from Andrew Garcia. That'll do it for us today. As of now, we're scheduled to be back on the air this Friday as Jacksonville comes to town, but as we heard earlier, there will most likely be a game added for this Wednesday night. However, the only thing that is certain in 2020 is that nothing is certain. Our next football game, however, comes your way Saturday afternoon when the Commodores come between the hedges. Kickoff is now set for 4 p.m., meaning we're on the air for a full day of Georgia football starting at high noon. Again, Dogs winners today, 85-75 from Stegman Coliseum. Until next time, for producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, play-by-play Scott Howard and Chuck Daddle, I'm Zach Jewell saying good night and go Dogs.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. The preceding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports.
Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.